Title Company, MKBBQ, Strasser Senior Services, Sullivan Bank, Jerry's RCA, Juergens Heating and Cooling, and Merrimack Tire. Time now to send it out on location for today's game on KTUI Sports. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a much drier Ozark Mountain Sports Complex in Ozark, Missouri, for today's Class 4 third-place game between the Sullivan Eagles, coming in with a record of 18-10, taking on the Father Tolton Catholic Trailblazers with a record of 22-7-1. Had a chance to visit with Eagles head coach Ian Whitson before the game today. We talked a little bit about last night's game and the game in front of us today. I'll have the interview with Coach coming up after this from our pregame interview sponsor, Sullivan Ace Hardware.
Odds are there's an Ace Hardware store right in your neighborhood with expert advice and the right tools to make your quick fixes even quicker. We are right around the block with what you need in stock. Paint, electrical, plumbing, all of your hardware needs, plus people who know their stuff. Welcome to your home convenience store. In Sullivan, your hometown store is Sullivan Ace, located at 252 South Service Road. Ace Hardware, proud supporters of Sullivan Eagle Sports.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I'm talking with Eagles head coach Ian Whitson as they get ready to take on Father Tolton in the Class 4 third-place game here this afternoon. Coach, a really tough one last night. We talked for just a little bit after the game. You got hits, you got runners on base. It just couldn't get that timely hit when you needed it.
Yeah, again, I think that's the difference in the game. We were able to out-hit them. We had runners in score position, pretty much almost every inning with less than 2 outs. We just couldn't get the timely hit whenever we needed it. We had the guys up that we wanted to have up. It just didn't work out for us. So sometimes it works that way. That's baseball. But we have another game today, so we got to go ahead and move away from that game and focus on this one.
One of the good things from that was you were hitting the ball. You were putting the ball in play, making the other team make plays, and you had the runners in there. It's just a matter of getting that key hit when you need it to get a little something rolling. Because we've seen it before. Once you get kind of rolling with that, one guy gets the hit, then another guy, and you start putting up crooked numbers, and it makes a huge difference in the game.
Yeah, hitting's contagious, especially in those big moments. We have one guy come through, then it usually starts to kind of build from there. So, the big thing today is we just can't go ahead and get ahead of ourselves. We have to make sure we're going to go ahead and do the first things first and really just get on base. Whether it's going to be walk, hit batter, or, getting hits like what we did last night. So, yeah, that's the goal. We also need to go out there, fill it up in the zone, and, Lucas is going to do that for us, and we need to play solid defense. We do those things, we're going to be, putting ourselves in a pretty good spot.
And a situation here today, of course, both teams are in the same situation. Tolton didn't get their game over with till after 1 o'clock last night, so, very short turnaround for them. You guys got done a little earlier, but not a whole lot, and so there's not a lot of prep time. I know you get to sit down, you talk about some things with the team, at the hotel or whatever. You have your work in the batting cage and whatever, and your warm-ups. But it's just a matter of just going out there and see which team can make the adjustments they need to make.
Absolutely. Again, it's been kind of a brutal schedule the last couple days, but it is what it is. We have a tight schedule here that we have to keep here at the stadium, and both teams have to play in the same conditions. So. Unfortunately, they didn't get done until about 1 in the morning last night. That's really tough on them. I know they had some pretty rough fog kind of settle in there towards the end of the game. They also had the mist that we had there towards the end of our game. So, I'm sure they're also pretty tired as well. But you know what? We both go out there. We both are going to go ahead and put our best foot forward. If we execute the way that I think that we can, we're going to put ourselves in a pretty good spot.
I know the boys were disappointed after yesterday's game, disappointed in the outcome and probably how things went. But they've got to realize that, here this is the end of the baseball season, and a total of 12 teams in the state of Missouri are going to end their season with a win, and, they've got to look at it like, they want to be one of them.
Absolutely. Again, we have 84 teams in Class 4. I'd say that Class 4 is probably the deepest as far as really having quality depth, of really all the classes. I've looked at Class 6, Class 5, Class 3, Class 2. They have some really good teams at the very top. But as far as just depth, of the overall class. I think Class 4 is just really, really deep as far as having a lot of good competitive teams. You could probably look at 20 teams out there and like, man, there's an avenue for them to go ahead and win a state title. So to be one of the last four teams out here is it's something special. It's something that these guys should definitely be proud of. It was our goal at the very beginning of the season to be playing on the last possible day of the season, and boom, here we are. So we definitely want to go ahead and be one of those last teams to end their season with a win. But win, lose, draw, it doesn't matter for us. These kids have put their hearts out this season, and they've had a spectacular year, and this is something that they should remember and be proud of the rest of their lives.
And of course, you also have a number of seniors that are going to be playing their last high school baseball game today. Last time they put on a Sullivan Eagle uniform today, and I would imagine to a man that everybody on that club wants to send them out a winner.
Absolutely. Again, it doesn't matter the game. We always want to go ahead and pull it out. But regardless, this is the last game that we have, those 9 guys in uniform, and they've been a big part of the program ever since I've been here. They've been big contributors really since day one. A lot of them have been starters all 4 years. So we definitely want to go ahead and send them out in style, send them out the right way with a win. We're just excited to be able to be out here on the last day of the season playing ball.
Coach, thanks for your time today. Best of luck.
Thanks, Bobby.
Ian Whitson, head coach of the Sullivan Eagles, with the visit before today's game. And, it's just going to be a matter of which team can deal with the fatigue and put together their best game here today to come away with a win. Kind of the old situation is, who wants it more? And I think we're going to find out today when these teams get out here. And it's not going to be easy. These two teams played earlier in the year, actually very early in the year. At the end of March, Father Tolton was at Sullivan for a little 3-team round robin along with Gateway Legacy. Tolton beat Sullivan in that game by a score of 4-2. They jumped on Drake Gower for 4 runs in the 4th inning and made it hold up for the victory. Sullivan held Tolton to just 4 hits. But the Eagles had a couple of misplays. There was a drop third strike that the batter got on. I think maybe it was with 2 outs, if I remember right. I was kind of looking back at that one, and that kind of opened the door. And they there was a walk in there, so they all put it all together and got the win. The Eagles faced the guy that's starting today, Quevero. He pitched 3 innings, no runs. They gave up 3 hits, struck out 5, and then they faced some relievers. Lucas Whiteholder, who's a heck of a shortstop, their best hitter. He pitched an inning and a third, gave up both Sullivan runs on 1 hit, couple of walks, and a hit batter. And the Eagles in that game, they started, as we mentioned, Drake Gower. He went the first 3 2/3 and gave up the 4 runs on 3 of those were earned on 3 hits. He walked 3, struck out a couple, and and had a wild pitch. And then Malin Foster finished up that game. Eagles in that contest actually out-hit Tolton. Doza, Ulrich, Garner, Red, and McReynolds all had hits. They out-hit him 6-4. Sullivan drew 5 walks, struck out 7 times, and had a hit batter. But again, that was one of those games, Mike, we talked about last night. One of those games where they had guys in position to score and just couldn't get the hit.
Yeah, we've talked about it numerous times during the year. If there's been an Achilles heel for this team this year, that's been one of them. Getting that key hit when they need it. I mean, not that there's a lot of teams that have that problem, but you wonder if they could have got that key hit last night, would have made a great big difference with leaving with 12 on last night. So, I mean, they've got to find a way to get that done. That's just really hard.
And, and I've talked to Coach Whitson about this before, about how they, approach those situations with the team, like in practices and, talking in pregame meetings when you're going over a game plan. And, it's one thing to say, hey, just go up there, be relaxed, just try to put the ball in play. But you're dealing with, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids.
Right.
That are stepping up there. And as we all know, you can tell them a lot of things, but sometimes it doesn't register.
Right. I mean, everybody wants to jack the ball instead of just going the other way with a pitch if you need to. Or you'll just last night, for a good example, last night I don't remember who even hit the ball, but we had a man on second, and it was a ground ball to the right side, which was a first out of the inning, but got the man to third with one out.
Yeah, that was Red had the double, and then Brody Gower got the man over to third.
Good baseball. That's fundamentally sound baseball. That's what you got to do. I mean, that was a good out. We didn't get him in.
Yeah.
But that man did his job.
Yeah. And it's just it's a situation where it's kind of, you look at it as maybe as a hero mentality. I want a guy to be the guy that goes up there and and like you said, maybe jacks one out, hits a 3-run home run or whatever. Sometimes it's better to string together 3 or 4 hits in those situations and put up a crooked number than it is to hit a home run and all of a sudden you got the bases empty and there's no more pressure. Pitcher can kind of take a deep breath and relax, and next thing you know, you don't score anymore.
Right, keep the line moving. As it's a term that's used in baseball a lot, and that's what you want.
Last night, Father Tolton lost to Chillicothe in the wee hours under a fog and mist.
Yeah, it was foggy before we left, so I can't imagine how
it was. It was a lot worse. 8-6 was the final. Chillicothe jumped out on top 6-0. Tolton scored 2 in the 5th and 4 in the 6th. But Chillicothe added runs in each of those innings and won at 8-6, out hitting Tolton 11-7. Tolton committed a couple of errors. Tolton was led by their leadoff hitter, the shortstop Lucas Whiteholder. The guy's hitting like 480.
Wow.
He was 4 for 4 with a couple of RBI last night. They also had hits from their number 2 man, Carter Ball, from Caden Schremer, and from their catcher, Miles Putnam. Ryan started the game. That was, trying to find his name here, Sam Ryan. Started the game, went the first 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, 4 walks, and strikeout. And then Whiteholder came on in relief for 3 innings. He gave up 4 runs, all earned, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. As they walked 5, struck out 7 in the game, and Ryan had a wild pitch as well. It's a team that can really hit the ball, Mike. We look at their stats here. Team batting average of almost 350.
Yeah, I saw that 348. There is one stat in here, Bobby, that really stands out to me, and it's the very last line. Tolton's got 20 errors, and Sullivan's got 45.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a blaring, and that just glares at you right there. But there's a lot of numbers that are pretty similar, too.
Yeah. Now, Tolton's team ERA is 3.93, Sullivan 2.63.
Right.
But Sullivan has struck out more batters and walked fewer batters. But Tolton's got some power as a team. They've hit 21 home runs. Whiteholder has 7 of those. And Matthew States, who is their number 3 hitter, has 4. And again, I don't know how friendly their park is that they play in for their home games, but probably a whole lot friendlier than Sullivan's park is as far as hitting home runs.
We're like looking at our ballpark right here,
or the park that we're in here.
Yeah,
but you've got Ball at 390, Schremer at 314, Carter Henke among the starters at 382, Whiteholder, and these are through district play at 462, 338 for Newman, States at 390, Frost at 329. So you look at those averages, and they've got a lot of dangerous bats up and down the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the top 8 guys, the lowest guy is 260.
Yeah.
You got, like you said, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and it's over 300, 1 over 460. They're going to hit the ball.
So hopefully the Eagles have Lucas Parsons in fine form today. He admitted he was a little nervous at Portageville.
Sure.
And he got some pitches up. They jumped on him early. He was extremely disappointed after the game. But everybody was telling him, it happens. The team won the game. Just shake it off next time out there. Work on that nerves thing, and so it'll be interesting to see how they deal with that. How he comes out today, and like it was for Dre Gower last night. Struck out the first 2.
Yeah. But
then gave up a hit, and then it kind of snowballed from there. And Eagles a number of times last night had trouble getting that third out.
Yeah, they could. That's been another bugaboo, for the year. I mean, there's been every team has those.
Oh yeah,
it's nothing unique.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are the same ones that we have. They have the same problems.
Yeah. And again, we talked about the offense for Tolton. In 12 games, 12 of their 30 games this year, they've scored in double figures. So a pretty good percentage, just shortly under half, that they've scored in double figures. And you look at their losses, they lost early in the year 5-4 to Borgia, 4-3 to Vianney. And I don't know if that game was let's see, the Vianney game was a neutral site.
Yep. Well, it shows Sullivan was neutral too.
Yeah, that was because it was a kind of a term thing. But then they reeled off like 6 in a row. They lost to Parkway South 13-9, and neutral site. They beat Union 8-5. They've lost to St. Elizabeth twice, 8-7 and 6-3, and St. Elizabeth won Class 1. They're just kind of an anomaly.
Right.
They also have losses to St. Dominic in there, so among their, and then of course Chillicothe last night for their 7 losses. So they've their losses have been to some pretty good teams.
You have some Class 5 and Class 6 teams in there too.
Yeah, they play a very competitive schedule. The Eagles are the home team today. I didn't ask Coach if they used my lucky quarter that I given him, but
probably not. They probably used that thing.
The $50 that Michi had. So Father Tolton is the visitor. They will introduce the starting lineup, so we'll go through those as well right now. Leading off for the Father Tolton Catholic Trailblazers is a senior shortstop, number 14, Lucas Whiteholder. Batting at second in left field is number 2, Carter Ball. He's a senior. Batting third in right field, a senior, number 20, Matthew States. Batting fourth at first base, a junior, number 13, Carter Hinkey. Batting at fifth at third base, wearing number 5, Caden Schremer. He's a junior. Batting sixth and playing center field, a junior, number 19, Liam Newman. Batting seventh at second base, a senior, 23, Alex Frost. Batting eighth, the DH today, the junior, number 11, Max Keitcher. He'll be hitting for the pitcher, Wyatt Quevro, who wears number 33, and he's a junior. And batting ninth and catching, a junior, number 3, Miles Putnam. The Trailblazers are coached by Trey Morris, who played his college ball at Mizzou, graduated from Battle High School in Columbia. In his first year there at Tolton, he's 22-7-1. The assistant coaches, Spencer Junt, John Sanders, and Noah Winslow. For the Eagles leading off today, playing left field, it's a very similar lineup to what we've been seeing. Landon Doza, the sophomore, will lead it off in left field. Batting second and catching, junior, number 24, Alex Taves. Batting third, playing third, number 3, junior Chase Blue. In the cleanup spot at first base, senior, number 8, Drake Gower. In the DH at number 5 is junior Mitchell Garner, wears number 7. Hitting for the shortstop, junior, number 6, Nolan Ulrich. Batting behind him in the number 6 spot is Nate McReynolds, the senior second baseman, and he wears number 1. Batting 7th in right field, sophomore, number 21, Raiden Red. Batting 8th, today's pitcher, senior, number 33, Lucas Parsons. And batting 9th, patrolling center field, senior, number 5, Seth Valley. Eagles coached by Ian Whitson, assisted by Jordan Mell, Chris Poore, and Joe Smart. He's 76-49 overall, 63-41 during his time at Sullivan. So there's your starting lineups and the coaches. They are introducing the starting lineups for the Eagles as they come out. They're on the first base side in the all-white uniforms again today with the gold numbers and black trim. The Father Tolton Trailblazers are in the dark blue tops with the dark blue numbers trimmed in Carolina blue with the white pants, and they've got the light blue hats with the dark blue front, as Eagles are wearing the white hats with the gold front today. 330 down the lines in left and right, 375 in the power alley, somewhere around 400, I'm guessing, in center field. We've seen some pretty good shots here in some of the games we've watched get over the outfielders' heads and go to the wall. So, all right, we're going to take a break. We'll have the national anthem coming up, and we'll be back, and it'll be just about game time. Kind of a sparse crowd here today. Several of the Sullivan fans have stuck around for the game today, stayed down here, making a long trip. Tolton has a few fans scattered around over on the third base side. And a lot of the Eagles fans wearing their district championship shirts. But we will take a break now for the national anthem. We'll be back for the start of this game right after these messages.
When it comes to propane, think Peterson Oil Company, your ultimate refueling destination. From 20, 30, and 40-pound forklift cylinders to those trusty 100-pound tanks and even your beloved RV, Peterson has you covered. At Peterson, quality and quantity come together in one unbeatable deal. They fill cylinders to their full potential, usually 25% more than at an exchange. Call 573-468-6600 or stop by one of the offices in Sullivan or Owensville. Peterson Oil Company, fueling your world without emptying your wallet.
Bugsy's in Sullivan is your locally owned and operated ZX gas station and convenience store. Bugsy's is located on the South Service Road in Sullivan and is an easy place to stop on your way to almost anywhere. They have the best coffee and the best soda fountain in town. And whether you're driving a motorhome or a subcompact, you can get into the car wash behind Bugsy's, and the automatic car wash has several options for either a soft touch or a touchless wash. Bugsy's ZX on the South Service Road between the overpasses in Sullivan.
Don't let concerns about shifts in the market disrupt your long-term financial goals. Hi, I'm Donnie Greenwald, an Edward Jones financial advisor. Let's work together on an investment strategy for long-term results. While you can't control market volatility, you can control your financial future. Start by giving me a call at 573-468-6046. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
And we are back here at the Ozark Mountain Sports Complex. The national anthem is done. Eagles are huddling up over by the first base dugout. Be heading out onto the field and going through their final warm-ups. For the Eagles today, they will have Lucas Parsons on the mound. And looking at his pitching stats on the season, this will be Lucas's 10th appearance, all starts. He is 5-1. 39 innings pitched, 587 pitches thrown, 21 runs allowed, 9 earned for a 1.62 ERA. 26 hits, has not given up a home run this year. He has walked 18, struck out 43, 19 of those looking. His whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched, is 1.128. He stranded 28 runners and allowed 18 stolen bases, averaging right at 15 pitches an inning. Opponents hitting 178 against him. 248 on balls in play and 184 with runners in scoring position. He's faced 168 batters, 3 wild pitches, 2 hit batters. And that's the stats for Mr. Lucas Parsons as the senior right-hander. Will jump up on the mound today first for the Sullivan Eagles.
Here we go, huh?
Yep. This is the last game of the year. Leave it all out there, guys.
Yep.
And again, we mentioned earlier, much better day today. It's a very warm and muggy day.
Well, it's really muggy.
Yeah, there's cloud with a few peaks of sun every once in a while. We get a whiff of a breeze from time to time.
Just kind of a brief, it's gone. That's it.
Just like, somebody will say, whew, and then that's it.
Gone. Yeah. We need about 1,000 people out there to do that.
Yeah. I should have brought a fan, but I didn't think I'd have room for it.
No. You had to carry enough down there as it is.
Yeah, well, so... But it's a much better day today than yesterday.
On time.
Actually,
we're gonna have our first pitch just about right at 4:00 too.
Yeah. So they've been on time all day today, and you love to see that on the final day. And of course, you've got rain in the forecast for the Class 5 and 6, which starts tomorrow and runs through Saturday.
Right.
So they'll have to deal with the same thing that.
Poor Andrew, poor guy.
Yeah, Andrew Kaufman, who's the Director of Communications for Misha, kind of runs the show down here. He's the guy we deal with, and this is his first year in the job.
Yep.
Just took over from Jason West, who was a long time.
How long was Jason? Any idea how many years it was? Man, it was as long as I can remember.
Yeah, it's somewhere around 10, 15 years, I think, maybe a little bit more than that. He's been doing it for a while, but Andrew's off to a good start, and enjoy working with him, and takes good care of us. And there's a throw down by Alex Taves, and stepping in to lead off the game for the Tolton Trailblazers is the senior shortstop, number 14, Lucas Whiteholder. Again, hitting over, 462 is his average through districts, and I know he's 4 for 4 last night, and I think he had 3 hits in one of the other games. First pitch is a strike that gets away from Alex Taves, but it is a strike.
First pitch, 359.
According to 4 o'clock on the
4 o'clock
scoreboard.
now. Just kicked over.
Just kicked over on the
Yep.
scoreboard. Landon Doza in left, Seth Valley in center, Raiden Red in right. Working from the high set position. Curve ball chopped fair, past Blue into the left field corner. Cut off by Doza. Big turn at first. He'll stop there. So a single leading off for Lucas Whiteholder. Will bring in the left fielder, number 2, Carter Ball. The infield for the Eagles, Blue at third, Ulrich at short, Rick Reynolds at second, Gower at first. Behind the plate, Alex Staves.
Let's start off with a double play, guys.
Carter Ball.
Blues moving in, too, Bobby.
Yeah.
Third.
He's off the line a bit with a left-handed batter.
Pitch.
First pitch is in for a called strike as Lucas working ahead again, but he was ahead of Whiteholder. And
he had a breaking ball. He threw a breaking ball and stayed in.
No balls in a strike. Whiteholder, see what his steals number. Short lead at first. Low and inside. Good stop by Taves. Evens the count 1-1.
I looked earlier. I don't think they've got a lot of steals, I don't think, as a team.
Whiteholder has 6, and that's second on the team. 28 stealing as a team, which is quite a few less than Sullivan. Sullivan has 109. Popped up. Right center field. Valley and Red both over. Valley makes the call at the last second.
Absolutely the way it should have been, too. He controls center field. He controls the outfield.
Both were there. Red peeled off at the last second, went behind Seth as he took control. So 1 out in the inning. I'll bring in Matthew States, the right fielder. Ooh, that sun's bearing in over here.
Yeah, it is now, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have a tan on one side.
I could move down more if you need me to.
Nah, don't worry about it. So with the runner at first now, 1 out. Runner goes. Pitch is lined into center field right at Valley. And the runner had gone around second base. A good throw will get him. And Gower will tag him out. I don't know where he...
Well, he didn't. I don't think he saw it at all.
He must have lost track of the outs or something. So the second out was a line drive to center, and Whiteholder going on the pitch is out 8-3 for out number 3. In the first inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left for Tolton. Eagles coming to bat.
Coldwell Banker Reeves Realtor in Sullivan has a staff of agents with over 165 years of combined experience. Whether you're buying or selling, the knowledgeable professionals at Coldwell Banker Reeves Realtor will help guide you through this difficult process. They utilize all the modern tools available like CirclePix marketing, Facebook, and other social media platforms. Find out all the ways they can help by visiting the website at coldwellbankerreeves.com. Call 573-468-4422 or stop by their new office at 400 Cumberland Way, Suite K in Sullivan.
Dace Insurance is a full-service independent insurance agency with 35 years of experience serving the needs of over 5,000 individuals and families and 300 businesses in our area. Dace Insurance is an agency you can depend on with proven professionals, honest, fair, and interested in the needs of the people they serve. Sharon Dace and her staff don't work for an insurance company. They work for you with home, life, auto, and commercial policies tailored for you. Dace Insurance, located at 602 North Franklin in Cuba and 47 East Springfield in Sullivan.
Back at Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, we go to the bottom of the first inning. Parsons gives up a base hit, but he's eliminated on the line drive double play. Father Tolton will have Wyatt Quebro on the mound, 6'2 junior. According to the stats that I have, and again, I don't think these are complete because you add up their pitching records and it's 16-4 and they're 22-7.
Yeah.
Anyway, this has him at 4-0. He's given up 26 earned runs in 42 and a third innings for a 4.30 ERA. Leads the team in strikeouts with 36. He's walked 18. Yeah. And that's the limited stats.
Yeah.
2-1 strikeout to walk ratio.
Good throw by the catcher down.
All right, let's see if the Eagles can jump out here. Just 6 pitches for Lucas Parsons in the top of the inning. We'd like to see that continue. Landon Doza will start things off. Landon steps in. Batting average as of yesterday was .345. Had a couple of hits last night, so that's probably gone up. Right-handed batter, open stance, middle of the box against the left-hander. Ground ball backhanded off the glove of the second base, but he'll be safe. E4.
Yep.
So Doza on first on the E4. different announcer. The
Yeah.
guy yesterday got it right. Today he missed it. Alex Frost is the second baseman, number 23. He committed the error. Doza takes his lead at first, inches out just a little bit farther. He's got 30 stolen bases. He goes, throw down on a head-first slide. He's safe. Shortstop came over to cover, caught it right in front of the bag. So Doza with the stolen base. Eagles have a runner in scoring position. Nobody out. Count is 1 ball, no strikes to Alex Taves. Alex, a left-handed batter, came in hitting .296 as of yesterday's game. He's close to the plate up in the box. Doza will lead from second base. Catcher sets up outside part of the plate. There was a curveball, strike called outside corner. He showed bunt and pulled it back, but a nice breaking pitch. Thank you, Mike.
You bet.
Mike went up and told the announcer the correct pronunciation of Alex's last name. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hard name if you don't know it.
That's right. And a lot of them are. Another pitch is bunted to the third baseman. Only plays at first. Second baseman finally gets over there.
Great job.
So an excellent bunt. So the sacrifice. 5-4 on the putout for out number 1. Doza at third. Here we go.
This is exactly what we talked about right here.
Runner at third with less than 2 out. And Eagles struggled in those situations last night. Let's see if Chase Blue, who had a rough night last night, see if Chase can turn it around here today. Off the plate, middle of the box. And a little bit of a late swing and a foul out of play down to the right side. Outfield plays him fairly deep in left and straight away, actually a little bit over toward the line in left. Center fielder about 5 or 6 steps to pull toward left center. Right fielder, who went and chased that ball down in foul territory, will play him pretty much straight up, so a lot of room in right center field. Quebro, the left-hander, gets his sign, works from the windup. Pitch is hit in the air, right side, shallow. Right fielder over toward the line, makes the catch. Doza tags. He's coming home. Here comes the throw. It's offline, and Doza scores. There we go.
Holy cow, that's what we're looking for.
Way to go, guys. And that's the thing, too. You have to know the guy at third had good speed.
Yes.
So you know you don't have to hit it to the fence.
Correct.
You know, it was medium depth at best.
Well, when you hit it to right.
Yeah.
You hit it to right so everybody can see it.
So he gets the RBI, and Eagles break out on top, 1-0. Base is empty. And stepping in is Dre Gower. He goes the other way, late swing, and a foul out of play off to the right.
He's going to leave. No, center fielder just moved over. He was looking at that right center field gap.
So a
left fielder went to the left field line more.
Yeah. Center fielder about a step or two to pull or to hit the other way toward right. Off speed pitch is up and away. And Drake will take that one to even the count.
Well, they broke him. They broke the ice. They dotted the plate.
Reach on air, steal a base, move him over with the sacrifice, and drive him in with the fly ball. That's how you do it. Gower hits it in that right center field, right side, but it's shallow, kind of off the end of the bat. Second baseman drifts out and makes the catch. So in the inning, Eagles get a run, no hits. There was an error and nobody left on base after 1 full, 1-0 Sullivan.
Take the responsibility for teaching students that any competition, no matter what it is, must be played within the rules. Officials of any game or contest are never given enough thanks, and the efforts of the officials account for the fairness of the competition. So to our Missouri high school officials, thank you for a job well done. The preceding message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and all of us here at KTUI Radio.
Hanson Title Company has been serving the Franklin County area since 1865, providing their customers with high-quality service, reliable data, and quicker turnaround times to save you money. Hanson Title is the only title company in Franklin County that has their own title plant, and they have offices in Union, Sullivan, and Washington. Services include title insurance, title searches, construction dispersing, and 1031 tax-deferred exchanges. For any and all of your title needs, call Hanson Title Company at 468-2640 or in Union 636-583-2516.
So Lucas Parsons back out on the pitching mound after throwing just 6 pitches in the first inning. spaced the minimum as he got the double play on the line drive to the outfield, and runner was off first.
Still can't figure out where that guy was going. Coach had to be yelling at him. He just couldn't hear, I guess.
So it will be the cleanup hitter, Carter Hinkey, first baseman, junior, left-handed batter.
Well, they got some tall kids, I'll say that.
Yeah. First pitch is high for ball one. It'll be Hinkey, Schremmer, and Newman. Your first three up in the second inning. Off-speed pitch. It must have been in off the plate a little bit.
We can actually see the plate today. We couldn't see it yesterday.
Yeah. Let's see. Hinkey hitting 382. Listed at 5'9". I think he's a little taller than that.
Yep.
Hard hit ball. Backhanded by Gower at first base just inside the line at fair territory. He steps on the bag for the out.
Oh, it's hit pretty hard, too.
Yeah. Got a two-hopper.
Yeah, he gets by him. That's at least two.
Stepping in, the third baseman, junior number 5, Caden Schremmer. Schremmer steps in, hitting 314, 27 hits and 86 at-bats, 20 RBI, 5 doubles, a triple, one of their 21 home runs. Walked 12 times, struck out 14. And ball one, Parsons wants a new ball.
Yeah, that ball bounced in the dirt there and kind of kicked in front.
So Schremmer, right-handed batter, deep in the box, fairly close to the plate. That pitch is a strike, outside corner, knee high. Not quite as close as the Rogersville kids were last night, but he's up fairly close to that plate. Parsons works from the high set all the time. Next pitch is fouled at the plate. Ooh, that got somebody. I think it got Alex. Yeah.
It did, yep.
Got Alex. May have got the home plate umpire, too, because he flinched a little bit.
Umpire's out there to give Alex a chance to settle down.
Yep.
He says, you okay, kid? Alex says, yeah, I'm tough. Bring it on.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Caden Schremmer. Nobody on, 1 out as Tolton bats here in the top of the second inning. Right-handed batter. Valley plays him about 2 steps toward left. Ball hit that direction, deep. Valley drifting back. Now backpedaling, he's got it measured, reaches high, and makes the two-handed catch.
A little bit of a breeze kind of blowing on the left side. The American flag's kind of blowing out a little bit to left. And the right field flag, the Missouri flag's not moving.
It was doing that last night. At one point last night,
they were going against each other.
The opposite directions.
Yeah.
I'm like, now how do you get that? There's some trees back beyond the fence back there. I don't know if that was causing some issues. Anyway, that'll bring in Liam Newman, the center fielder. A swing and a miss at the first pitch he sees.
They go high, hard one right there.
Nobody on, 2 outs. And a strike called on the next one.
Right now he's pegging it outside corner.
Yep. And he, I'm trying to remember, it wasn't.
That guy's up close to the plate there,
yeah,
and all the way to the back of the box.
Yeah, way right on it. And he goes inside just off the
that
plate.
Was just barely. That was close.
It didn't miss by much. That was a pretty good location
sure
for that
was.
pitch.
I like that location, especially when the guy's in close like that.
You and me both. And a foul ball hit over off the front of the Tolton dugout and back to Chase Blue. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alex Frost is on deck if Newman can do something here in this at bat. He'll stand back in after everybody's ready from the foul ball. Bright sunshine enveloping the field right now. What would you call a partly cloudy day, but again, we appreciate the dryness. A little bit low and outside, and the count even at 2-2.
We didn't see any of this yesterday, that's for sure.
Nope. I think there was 1 peak of sunshine yesterday that I saw.
I blinked and missed it.
Yeah, well, it was before you got here.
Oh, okay, that's probably why.
Yeah. 2-2 pitch, late swing, and that one's hit foul down off the building, down past the stands on the right side. down near the Sullivan bullpen.
Making him work here. This is the 7th pitch of this at bat.
And he'd been rolling right along, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 prior to this at bat, 13 total. Newman making him work. See if he can put him away here. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Line drive into center. Valley coming in and makes a chest-high catch. Good read there by Seth. Went over toward left and came in a little bit. Line drive to center. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. And my left on base after an inning and a half. Sullivan on top 1-0.
Hi, this is Dale Cottrell, Chief Credit Officer at Sullivan Bank, where we are committed to being a step up in service. Our goal is to put the community back in community banking. We are incredibly grateful to be a part of the KTUI communities and strive to make them a better place for future generations. We've been here for you 129 years and plan to be here for many more. Stop by Sullivan Bank today to experience the step up in service for yourself.
Hey folks, Clark Strasser here with Strasser Senior Services. A lot of you know me by Gene, but the fact is, I've been a local licensed agent for over 25 years now. If you are just turning 65 and new to Medicare, or been on Medicare for many years, call me, your local Medicare resource, with questions about your Medicare Advantage plans, your Medicare supplements, your Part D prescription drug plans. So give me a call and set up a no-cost consultation at 573-308-5255. As always, I do business the old-fashioned way. I make house calls.
The left-hander Wyatt Quevro back out on the mound for the Tolton Trailblazers. Left-hander gave up a run in the first. Doza reached on an error on a grounder to second. Stole second. Went to third on a sacrifice bunt by Alex Taves. Chase Blue with a medium-depth fly ball down the right field line. Allowed Doza to come in and score. Gower then with a pop-up to second base to end the inning.
Last night's hitting star coming up now.
Mitchell Garner 4 for 4 last night, and see if he can keep that going today.
3 base hits and a double.
Yep. Garner, McReynolds, and Red, the first 3 of hopefully many for the Eagles in this inning. Open stance, deep in the box on the right side. First pitch is off the plate, ball 1.
Mitchell gets right back in there. He don't waste no time, does he?
Hitting 346 going into last night's game, but that's, I'm sure, higher. I didn't refigure everything yet today. And off-speed pitch is low and in, and he takes ball 2.
He's been very selective, too. I'm
glad to see that.
Really been impressed with him this weekend.
Swinging
week, whatever.
Swinging at strikes. That's what you want them all to do. 2-0 delivery. He hits one high in the air, right side. The second baseman again drifting out. They're reaching for that pitch a little up and away and getting it off the end of the bat. So a second pop-up in a row to the second baseman.
He's not overpowering, but I think he has a lot of late movement on it.
So Nate McReynolds steps in, hitting 350. Right-handed batter. He'll be deep in the box with an open stance to start off with. Center fielder plays him about 4 steps to pull. Off the end of the bat to second baseman, slow roller. Frost charges and gets him at first. So 4-3 on the put out. Everybody going to the right side.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of late movement. I think they're catching everything off the end of the bat.
Just a little bit late on the swings, kind of off balance. Raiden Red will step into the batter's box. He had an interesting night last night.
Yeah, he did. Poor kid.
A little cat and mouse game with the pitcher. And then the coach from Rogersville came down, complained about his bat.
Which there was no complaint, the way I understand it. The bat is legal.
Yep. But he tried to make a big deal out of it. And then Raiden came back and walked after that, I think. On the windup at a 1-0 delivery. Ooh, good pitch there. Took something off of that one.
Just kind of fell off the plate. He fell down.
Yep. Change up from a left-hander, bearing in on the right-hand hitter. Raiden right on top of the plate. Quevro gets his sign. He winds and fires.
Good pitch.
Strike call, fastball outside corner.
That was a pretty pitch right there.
Went with a changeup low and in, and went with a fastball low and away. Probably will see something up and away in this pitch here, if I was guessing. It's 1-2, and it was up and too far away.
Too high and too far and everything.
Yep. They'll count out even up 2-2. The sun-baked Ozark Mountain Sports Complex here in Ozark. Wind up by Quebro. Here's the pitch, and that hits him.
That hit him or that hit the bat?
Oh, the umpire's going to say it hit the bat. Now, he says it hit that
I thought
elbow
it hit,
guard.
Yeah. I thought it hit the end of the bat. I thought it hit the end of the bat. That's what I thought.
And
I agree with the umpire. I truly do.
Yep, no argument from
No,
coach.
and there shouldn't be.
So Red discredited with a foul ball. It remains 2-2. Or 3-2, I guess.
Yeah.
Here's the windup in the pitch. High. Now that's ball 4. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
I had missed a pitch in there somewhere myself, and I don't know where it was, but.
So on the base on balls, runner with 2 outs, and Lucas Parsons. Eagle pitcher steps in. Lucas limited at bats this year.
Was he 150 something? I think I
192.
saw 192.
That's what I have him for. That before a pinch hit opportunity last night. Just 35 plate appearances, 26 or 27 official at bats now. Short lead by Red, a throw over.
Pretty good move right there. It was just wasn't a real quick move, but pretty deceiving.
Gets that leg up. He's a pretty good sized young man, about 6'2" or so, and he brings that leg up, that right leg, and kind of holds it.
Yeah, you got to watch that leg because if it starts forward, then you can go.
Red leaning, not going. There's an off-speed pitch taken for a strike by Lucas Parsons.
He likes throwing. We used to call it the junk. Slow, curves and change-ups.
Parsons moves up in the box a little bit. He's fairly close to the plate as well.
That's where he should be to catch that little breaking ball.
The ball's in a strike. And fastball up and away is an even count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Seth Valley on deck if Lucas can keep the inning going. He'd like to do something positive here to help his own cause.
Sure.
Rogersville pitcher helped his cause last night with a couple of doubles and 2 or 3 RBIs, I think. Lucas would like to chip in and keep the inning going. Up-speed pitch, up and away for ball 2. Another curve ball that stayed up and away.
Tantalizing.
Yeah.
They just kind of hang up there.
Shortstop plays him well over toward third base. A lot of hitting room up the middle and in right center. Wow. Up and away. Well out of the zone, ball 3.
Yeah, you get one down that. You got to hit it hard to get it in that right. Don't get it, high pipe. They'll get under it, but line drive, you can get to the ball with it.
Right fielder over straight away, a little bit over toward the line. Center fielder about 5 steps toward left. Here's a 3-1 pitch, and he lays off of it, and ball 4. So
I didn't know if he was telling him to take the base or if that was a called strike.
So back-to-back walks. 2 on now with 2 out, and Seth Valley in the 9 spot. And then we'll have a courtesy runner for the pitcher. That
Smith.
will be Caden Smith, yeah.
Courtesy runner for the pitcher, number 12, Caden Smith for the Eagles.
Caden kind of the designated courtesy runner for whoever's pitching that day.
Yep.
So Seth Valley will step in. Seth hitting .273 going into yesterday's game. Right up on top of the plate, slightly open stance. And he fouls one back to screen, takes a step toward third on his stride and opens up a little bit, fouled that one back. The Eagles with 2 outs have back-to-back walks. A little something going here, see if they can do something with 2 outs. Again, a lot of hitting room to the right side second baseman, trying to keep the runner close with a right-handed batter up. So a lot of room between first and second. Now he retreats a little bit. Chopper up the middle, and the shortstop gets it. One hop throw, and he can't field it. And the runner, Red, scores. He kept on running.
It could be a base hit. See what they do there. I think he beat it out.
And then we'll see. They have
base hit.
The base hit. Yeah, I thought he beat it out, or would have beat it out even if he'd caught the ball. So a hit and an RBI. Well,
Smith goes all the way to third.
Can you give him an RBI on that?
Yeah, it's a base hit.
Yeah, but he was at he probably if he'd have caught the ball,
he was at second.
Base hit and an error. Yeah, they gave him an error.
Oh,
base
they
hit
just
and error
chased
it.
it.
Yeah,
okay.
Base hit and an error on the shortstop.
Okay.
Yeah,
now we
that allowed the runner to
yep,
score.
Now we can't give him an error. All right.
RBI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. And Doza with one in the air to center. Center fielder drifts over, gets under it, and has it for the out. So that's the third out of the inning on a fly ball to center, but the Eagles break through again. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit. There was an error and 2 left on base. Actually, 1 run, with a hit and an error and 2 left on. After 2, Eagles lead it 2-0.
KBBQ in downtown Sullivan is an authentic wood-fired Texas-style barbecue with an Ozark profile. MKBBQ is located at 202 North Clark Street, and you can find their daily specials on Facebook. They're open from 11 to 7, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Dine in or take out. Place your order on Facebook Messenger or text 573-210-3281. MKBBQ proudly serves Bad Adams and Blues Hog sauces. MKBBQ, sophisticatedly primal.
Upgrade your laundry room style and function with a Whirlpool large capacity front load laundry pair. Clean regular sized loads fast with a quick wash cycle and get on with your day. In the dryer, the Wrinkle Shield option helps keep wrinkles from setting in when you can't unload right away.
For mattresses, furniture, flooring, and appliances, see the folks at Jerry's TV and Home Furnishings at 375 West Springfield in Sullivan or call 468-4300.
Well, Eagles tack on another one in the second inning, and Mike was commenting during the commercial break, I like that 1 run an inning.
Yeah.
Just keep every inning you score 9. I say, yeah, as long as you don't give up 2 the next,
yeah,
to
tie it up.
Yeah, next time when they come to bat. So.
Very good point.
But right now we'll take it. Eagles up 2-0, 2 runs, and just 1 hit.
Mr. Parsons on 20 pitches.
Couple of errors for Tolton. Eagles have left 2 on base to this point. And he will face the bottom of the order. 7, 8, 9, Alex Frost, Max Keecher, and Miles Putnam. Frost, the second baseman. Right-handed batter, deep in the box, open stance, and again right on top of the plate. First pitch to him, low and inside, ball 1. Parsons has faced the minimum. He has given up a hit, but that runner was doubled off in the first. 1-0 pitch, late swing and a foul out of play off to the right. And all the Sullivan fans are putting their heads down and covering them up with their arms, but it was up in the upper level.
Yeah, it actually went off that sunshade up there.
Count even at 1-1. Parsons works from the high set, looks in, gets his sign from Alex Taves. And fastball, low and away, ball 2. Chase Blue at third is behind the bag a step or 2 off the line, about 3 steps. Ulrich plays him to pull a little bit at short. McReynolds is over toward first base, pretty much straight away at second. And fastball again, outside, ball 3. Gower behind the bag and off the line at first.
3-1, let's come on. No Annie Oakleys here.
Valley about a step or 2 to pull in center. Swing and a miss, nice off-speed pitch.
Sure was. I wouldn't have been looking for that if I was that better.
On 3-1.
Yeah, I really wouldn't have, but I've been looking for a fastball. I really would have been.
Doza over toward the line a bit in left, straight away. Red over toward right center a bit. Hard hit ball right at Ulrich. Gobbles it up, throws to first in time for the out. 6-3 on the put out for those of you scoring at home. And it's 1 up, 1 down. Matthew Kiker is how it's pronounced. Max Kiker steps in. He's the DH.
I got Maxwell. They said Matthew, didn't they? Or
yeah,
did they say,
it's Maxwell's what it's got here.
Yeah.
On their roster.
A 6'1" junior.
First pitch to him, low for ball 1. He hits for the pitcher, Wyatt Quebro. Kiker at 182 batting average, fouls 1 out of play. Back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike. 6'1" junior. Played 11 games, 22 at bats, 4 hits.
Standing on that back line.
Next pitch from Lucas is high for a ball. It's 2-1.
Well, bear down now. Don't want one of them 20, 25 pitch innings.
Miles Putnam, the catcher, in the on deck, went after the high fastball and came up empty. Even up 2-2.
Well, not a whole lot of folks here today, is there?
Nope. Yeah,
kind of quiet. But this is a third place game, not the championship.
A lot of the Sullivan fans that came down and spent the night here,
Yeah.
they've stuck around. Swing and a miss, another high, hard one. And he strikes him out.
First strikeout for Lucas.
Yeah, taking in the sun over on the first base side behind the Sullivan dugout. All the players up that are not in the field are up on the top step at the edge along the fence. Right-handed hitting Miles Putnam, the junior catcher, stands in. He chops one foul up the third baseline, grabbed by the coach over there, and he'll throw it back in.
Good arm. Good former player, too. So.
Yeah, I say he played not that long ago at Mizzou. Pretty good player in his own right.
Looks like he might have been a middle infielder or an outfielder, one of the two, I guess. But
Curveball, and
must have been just a little high. I
yeah,
guess.
Alex tried to bring it down, but umpire wasn't buying it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Red now moves over toward right center a little further. All the outfielders a little bit deeper in center and left. The ball in the air, left side. Doza ranges in. He calls for it and makes the catch. So again, a 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've played 2.5. Eagles on top of the Trailblazers 2-0.
Today's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, all of us here at KTUI Radio and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Juergens Heating and Cooling has been providing the area with professional heating and cooling services for over 22 years. Whether your family's dreams of a new home have become a reality or increased efficiency and comfort when replacing your existing heating and cooling system, Juergens has the knowledge and craftsmanship to make sure all your needs are met. With an award-winning service department and quality installation professionals, Juergens strives to exceed every customer's expectations. Call Juergens Heating and Cooling at 573-860-4328. Comfort is one call away.
See if he gets it.
As we go to the bottom of inning number 3, Eagles on top 1-0. Lucas Parsons has given up 1 hit and faced the minimum through 3 innings. Quivereau back out on the mound. The catcher, of course, made the last out, so had somebody else out up to warm up the pitcher. Now Putnam comes out and will take his spot behind the dish. I want to wish a happy birthday
to Ian.
To Sullivan Eagles head coach Ian Whitson.
Yep. He's 28 today? 27?
I don't know.
I
didn't
have no
ask.
idea what he is.
I didn't ask.
I don't know either.
I think he's maybe in his 30s.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway, happy birthday.
Doesn't
pal.
matter.
Happy birthday, buddy.
It was kind of interesting. The team came down on Tuesday, and they went to Lambert's to eat. The school paid for that. And I'm going to go over some of the businesses in town that helped pay for some meals and some stuff. We'll go over that a little bit later. But the players convinced them at Lambert's that Tuesday was his birthday.
Oh.
And they sang happy birthday to him.
Oh, boy.
And they did such a good job that the staff asked them to sing happy birthday to somebody else who actually had a birthday on Tuesday.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, they had some pictures of it on X. School posted those, so yeah. All right, leading things off for the Eagles is Alex Taves. He'll look at a curveball inside for ball 1.
Everybody clap when he got his name right that time. Well, it's a hard, it's a hard one to give.
Yeah, it is.
It's a hard one. They got it right yesterday.
Yeah, it was a different announcer, though.
Yeah.
That I think the regular guy's back. I think I recognize his voice. Now he looks at one off the plate, away for ball 2.
Don't get anxious up there now. Just relax and
go with the pitch.
Pretty much straight away now.
Right fielder over toward the line a bit. Pass ball high, and Alex in control, 3-0. Second baseman back in the outfield grass, or turf, as the case may be, behind the red clay-looking infield cutout.
I like it.
Center fielder about a step to pull. Alex taking all the way, a strike on the outside corner.
As he should be.
Yeah. And left fielder playing over to the line, so there's a lot of room in that left center field gap.
Yeah, his general stroke's right in the right center, so we'll see what happens here.
Might see him take one the other way or up the middle. Low and away, he takes the walk.
Get the Annie Oakley, buddy.
We'll take that as well. That's the third walk the Eagles have drawn so far today. One of them came in to score last inning. And Chase Blue will step in. Chase did his job. Had a runner at third with 1 out. Then he hit a sacrifice fly to right field. Down around the line, medium depth, and that scored Landon Dozer from third to put the Eagles on the board. And we'd like to see a hit out of him now.
Yeah, pay attention over there now. You got a left-hander on the mound.
Alex a short lead. And a hard hit ball past third into left. There you go, Chase.
Attaboy.
They'll send Alex a second.
We've been waiting for that for 2 days.
Got one out over the plate and pulls it through the hole between short and third. Second hit of the day for the Eagles. Drake Gower comes in, and he popped up to second his first time up.
Keep that shoulder up a little bit there, big boy.
Drake hitting around 330. Back foot deep in the box, wide stance, slightly open. Off the plate just a bit. Late swing, hits it to the right side, toward the line. And right on the line, Taves will tag. Look out, though. Throws off line, luckily. And
boy, if that throw would have been on the line, he'd have been in trouble.
Yeah, I was watching warm-ups, and that right fielder's got a cannon.
Yep.
But that was offline on the base, and he's out big time.
At the corners with only one out.
Yep, Gower with...
The near-term forecast for parts of the southern U.S. plains, while the northern U.S. plains and Canadian prairies could see rain next week. Dry conditions are an issue in parts of China and the Black Sea region. July Chicago is up 2 and a
good play.
I don't know. I didn't
slide. It was a good slide.
Yeah.
But the throw beat him by a bunch, and it was a good tag.
I wasn't watching the break that Alex got off of third.
Got a fair break. Fair, not great.
Yeah, because you got to make sure you take that secondary lead. You got to make sure that the catcher throws through.
Correct. Who threw that? Was that shortstop cut that or second baseman cut it off?
Second baseman cut it off.
Okay, so it went 2-3 or 4-3. 4-2. Let's try it again.
4-2 on the out. Second out of the inning. Blue gets a stolen base. He's at second now with 2 outs.
First pitch with a ball.
I thought he called a strike. Well, we'll see if he if it changes.
Well,
looks at a tantalizing slow curve, catches the corner.
I was watching for fingers there. If he brings them up, don't know.
No, yeah, it's 1-1. Yeah. No, it's
0-2.
0-2. That's what I thought.
Yep.
I thought that first one was a strike. Well, Mitchell's got to dig in here, just shorten up, try to put the ball in play. Catcher sets up way outside, and that's where the pitch went, up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nate McReynolds on deck if Mr. Garner can do something positive and keep the inning alive. He's got a man in scoring position. Eagles went for the double steal, but had the runner thrown out at home plate. Eagles lost 2 base runners last night.
Yep. Nope, well-executed play. I mean, you got to tip your hat to that.
Yep, they made the play. Big curve ball, and Mitchell able to foul it off down the right side up into the aluminum bleachers. You hear it hitting the metal up there and rattling around.
That's one thing that we will do if it's a good play made by either side. Doesn't matter if they're.
I give you credit where credit's due.
They absolutely do. You know, that play has to be. You have to execute it to make it work, and they executed it the way it's supposed to be done. So.
Yeah, a lot of times it depends on the secondary lead of the runner at third when the pitch is thrown. Low and outside, good take by Mitchell. As you mentioned earlier, Mike, he's seeing the ball really well right now.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's looking. Everything's. Even the pitch he fouled off was too close to take. So he just knocked it out of play.
A lot of room in right center as they play him to pull. He steps out, gets the call from the coach, now back in. Now he's back to that open stance. Blue takes his lead at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Swing and a miss. Foul tip caught by the catcher, and that one fooled him. That was a nice pitch. So the strikeout of Garner ends the inning. Eagles do not score. They have a run. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We played 3. Sullivan on top of Father Tolton, 2-0.
Before heading out on vacation, make sure your vehicle is in tip-top condition. Merrimack Tire Center does all types of engine repair, including exhaust repair, oil and lube service, alignments, and of course brand name tires. Getting your car in tip-top shape can keep you from getting stranded. Make an appointment with Merrimack Tire by calling 468-8400. Merrimack Tire is located at 635 East Springfield in Sullivan, with hours Monday through Friday till 6 p.m. and Saturdays till 5. Merrimack Tire Center helps you keep your car running smooth.
Come on. So Lucas Parsons back out on the mound, and he has faced the minimum through 3.
That was a big run. I hope that don't come back to bite us. But it was good. I mean, I'd have sent him too.
Back to top of the order with Lucas Whiteholder. He has the only hit of the day so far for Father Tolton. Led off the game with a single, and then was going on a pitch with 1 out to Matthew States. He lined it into center field. It was a good play by Seth Valley, and Whiteholder actually had rounded second base, as he had no idea where that ball was, and by the time he came back, touched the bag, and was headed back to first, Valley threw it in to Gower, and Drake tagged him out before he got back to the bag.
I don't know if he just didn't see it or he lost it, or I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you hear contact. You need to look up, and he just kept his head down, going for the steal.
Right.
So
I mean, the run might have been on, but you still got to pay attention to where the ball's at.
First pitch, low and outside with a fastball, is ball 1. Whiteholder got that hit on a no ball 1 strike count. Deep in the box, off the plate with an open stance. Late swing and a foul up into the bleachers. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They're listening down at Rowan Rivers again.
Well, good. We had, I think Joe Smart told me at breakfast this morning, and thank you to Travis Taves from Eaton. He paid for the team breakfast this morning, and he picked mine up too. And I told him he didn't have to do that. I'd ordered separately, and he came by and grabbed the check, said, "I'm paying for this."
Yeah, that's
so
nice.
I thank him for that. Ball gets away. It's now 3-1. His pitch before that was a ball. And like I said, I'll go over. There have been several local businesses,
banks and etc.
Banks and stuff that paid for meals and goodie bags for the trip down, and while they're here, and snacks and that sort of thing. Fastball right down the middle, taking on 3-1. Boy,
Yeah, I was kind of surprised.
Yeah,
that's your big hitter too.
Yeah, that's a pitch right there you want to tee off on. He's back off the plate a little bit now. 3-2. Here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice fastball. That had a little right away. Maybe a two-seamer or cutter.
Oh, no, it had a little bit of movement to the late movement up.
Yeah, it was in breaking away from him, too. So, strikeout is the second of the game.
Yep.
And Carter Ball steps in. He had a fly ball to Seth Valley in center. Hit it pretty well. Seth had to drift back and got back there and made the catch. Left-handed batter. First pitch gets by Alex and back to the screen.
Alex must be tired back there.
Well, a much warmer day today.
Yes, it is. I'm joking about it. But
yeah. Sometimes the catchers even get fooled by a good pitch.
Sure. Well, it could be too that he's just somebody's on base. He has a different gear he goes to when there's somebody on base too.
Ooh, a little up and away, I guess. Called a ball. 2-0. Matthew States on deck. Red shaded slightly to right center. Valley straight away. Late swing and a foul back to the screen. 2 balls and a strike. Doza straight away in left and fairly deep. It's a big ballpark.
Yeah, it is.
We saw a number of times in our game and other games yesterday how big it is. I mean, there were some pretty good pokes that got over outfielders' heads and stayed in the park.
Yeah, one bouncing off the wall.
Next pitch, Alex tried to bring that one up and frame it, but it was too low, and it's 3-1. Chase Blue at third base is off the line, about 3-4 steps, couple behind the bag. Ulrich at short, straight away, as is McReynolds at second. Gower well behind the bag, off the line at first. Here's another 3-1 pitch from Lucas Parsons. Oh, nice. Man, he's thrown a couple of really great 3-1 pitches. that may have been the change-up.
Yeah, it was. It definitely had a little bit of no giddy up to it. Just kind of floated.
It was up and away, so it's 3-2 again. Strike three called inside corner. Man, he's finished off these first two batters. He's gone full on both of them.
Yeah.
But he's made excellent pitches on 3-1 and 3-2 to get the strikeouts, and that'll bring in Matthew States.
His third strikeout of the afternoon.
States hit that line drive to center that got Weedholder doubled off. Wide open stance. And looks at the strike, knee high outside corner with a fastball. Now he's got that right foot, the back foot up close to the plate, back of the box, and that front foot is.
He's wide open, isn't
he? He's almost got the heel on the back side of the batter's box. Reaches for one and chops it up the third baseline foul. It'll be grabbed by the on-deck batter, who will toss it to the home plate umpire. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Parsons at 34 pitches through 3 innings. Struck out the first 2 on full count pitches. See what he's got here on 0-2 if he tries to go after him. He does, but it's a little bit low. He wouldn't. Lucas thought he might have had a called strike there. He was walking off the mound of the dugout.
I thought it was a little low.
Yeah, I did too, from our vantage point.
Now, they're not quite as exaggerated with that open stance this time.
Yeah, he's got her back in with 2 strikes. He's a little bit closed off. Off-speed pitch hit high in the air, left center. Doza over, and he reaches up, makes the catch. So fly ball 2 left in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 3.5. Eagles up 2-0.
Hello, this is Cheyenne, the Treasury Management Specialist at Sullivan Bank. Our goal in the Treasury Management Department is to give your business a step up in business banking. We are committed to visiting your place of business to set up your products and provide training to your team. If you aren't sure what services could benefit you, we will walk you through our products and go over which ones make the most sense for your needs. We want you to focus on growing your business with the peace of mind that we will be there when you need us. Call us today to experience a step up in business service.
So Lucas Parsons rolling right along.
50 pitches through 4.
He set down 11 in a row and faced the minimum through 4 innings. For the Eagles, as they come to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning, as I flip my page over, they'll have Nate McReynolds, Raiden Red, and Lucas Parsons. 6, 7, and 8 in their batting order.
Then Seth Valley and Landon Doza.
And that's what we're hoping.
Keep it going.
We don't, when our guys are bad, we don't mind being a little greedy.
No, I don't mind even changing my numbers for the innings if I have to.
So McReynolds grounded out to second base his first time up back in the 2nd inning. As Quebro got the first 2, then walked a couple. Gave up the hit to Valley and a run scored on the throwing error. First pitch. Yep.
Good pitch right there.
Slider, it looked like. A little harder delivery. Reynolds takes it for a strike, outside corner. Nate steps out, now back in. He's up in the box, feet close together, open stance.
That's that slow curve they're dealing with.
Here's the windup by Quebro, and off the end of the bat, foul to the Sullivan dugout. Bounces back to Raiden Red. He'll grab it and throw it in. So Nate down in the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes. Third baseman is Schremer. He's well behind the bag, off the line a couple of steps. Shortstop straight away is the second baseman. He plays deep. 0-2 delivery is way outside, ball 1. First baseman Hinkie is a left-handed thrower. He's well off the bag and behind it. Right fielder over toward the line a little bit. Center fielder plays him about 4 or 5 steps to pull, so a lot of room in right center. Big breaking ball stays up for ball 2. Eagles, to this point, have not been able to take advantage of that.
No.
And he's been throwing out, up and away on a lot of pitches. They just not have been able to make solid contact, square it up to drive it in that gap.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of late movement.
Just got a piece of that one on a 2-2 pitch. Stays alive. Ball was kind of in on his hands and jammed him. Raiden will track that one down, toss to the home plate umpire.
go back to his imaginary on-deck
Yeah,
circle.
yeah, they don't have this. They don't have a little circle out
Nope.
there. They're just told to stay over by near the dugout. Here's another 2-2 delivery from Quebro. High and away, ball 3.
Really, but he's been either been in or if he's been missing. He's been missing big. I mean, it hasn't been
Yeah.
like he's been,
Yeah, well up and away on most of the ones he's
Right.
missing. So the count worked full at 3-2. Eagles have walked 3 times so far in the game. Let's see if they can work number 4 leading off this 4th. Line drive into center field for a base hit. He got one up out over the plate. And Nate, not trying to do too much with it, just strokes a solid single into center.
Sullivan's 3rd hit of the day.
And leadoff man on again with Raiden Red stepping in. Raiden walked and went to second on a walk to Parsons, and then scored from second on the ground ball by Valley. He beat it out, and the throw from the shortstop was missed by the first baseman and rolled away, and Red never let up, and he scored all the way from second. First pitch is a curve.
Yeah, must have been a little high, I guess.
Huh.
I thought it was a pretty good pitch.
Yeah. Raiden stepped out, now he's back in. It's 1 ball, no strikes. I was expecting that right arm to go
I
up.
was too.
Raiden right on top of the plate. Quevro from the high set, the wind up, and a
Good pitch
fastball.
there.
Yeah.
Away again. Okay.
Oh, 2-0.
Yeah, both of those were close enough that if the hand would have gone up on either one of them, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah, wouldn't have complained, wouldn't have been surprised at all. Quevro, 6'2 junior, left-hander, working from the middle of the pitching river. Now the stretch, the pitch. Strike called outside corner. Good pitch there at the knees. Raiden was taken all the way and now steps back in with a 2-1 count. That's one of those, if you try and pull it, you're going to roll over on it. First baseman holding the runner, McReynolds at first. Short lead. Kicking the pitch. Raiden, a little chopper past the pitcher. Third baseman cuts across. Shortstop has it. Throw to first. Save.
Yeah,
He beat it out.
He was off the bag.
Yeah, pulled him off.
Pulled him off. See what they give him on that.
Yeah, the announcer said he beats out the infield single, but hit.
That's a hit. Okay.
So the second infield single of the game for the Eagles. Back-to-back hits, 2 on, nobody out.
Umpire's walking out there for something. Oh, he wants to see the ball, I think.
Yeah. Lucas Parsons will step to the plate. Again, a chance to help himself out.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know if Lucas can lay one down or not, but I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Home plate umpire is happy with whatever it is he was looking for, I guess. He's satisfied. Quevro has a little towel back behind the back of the mound. Goes back and wipes off the hand. Parsons drew a walk his first time up. Caden Smith with the courtesy run.
Third baseman's in at the bag.
But no bunt shown, and a little flare into shallow center.
He's not
Will
going
carry
this
out.
time.
No, it's not deep
Nope.
enough. It'll carry out to
Yep.
the center fielder Newman, and the runners will stay put. First out of the inning on the fly ball to center.
Shortstop or the center fielders have been getting a lot of work today.
And Seth Valley will step in. Seth with that infield single. His first time up. No RBIs. The run scored on the air. So 2 on, 1 out. Eagles trying to put up another run here. Maybe a crooked number.
That'd be nice, wouldn't
Be
it?
nice to see that. Well, they've got second baseman trying to keep the runner close. Shows bunt.
Leaned out for it.
Way outside and tried to push it up the first baseline, but fouled it back. That's one there. As a batter, I know you get the bunt sign, but man, if that thing's that far out of,
it's not a bunt and run.
Yeah. It's if it's just a straight sacrifice, that thing's that far outside. Just stand there.
Exactly right.
Take it. Don't even put the bat in that general direction.
No, just pull the bat back and watch the ball go outside. That's all.
Take the ball instead of being in the hole 0-1. Trying to keep that runner close. Both middle infielders are right around second. He's swinging away. Chopper. Pitcher gets to it going toward third. He flips to third. A little bit late, but he gets the out there. He looked and then didn't throw it initially and then flipped it over there. Still had time to get the runner. So Valley with the fielder's choice. And McReynolds is out 1-5 for out number 2.
Yeah, they could have gone any place but where it went.
And that will take us back to Landon Doza. Doza reached on air, stole a base, scored the first run of the game for the Eagles, and then hit a fly ball to center.
Well, hit that right center field gap.
Well, I'd love to see that. Have him chase down him and Seth Valley getting a
Valley
race.
are both pretty quick.
Him and Seth Valley
Doza might run him down.
Right in the middle of the box with an open stance, feet close together. And
That's what he was trying to do.
Flares the one to right, yeah.
Got it too high.
And right at the right fielder. And so the Eagles get the first two on, but can't cash in on a couple of fly balls in the inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And after 4, 2-0 Eagles.
Hanson Title Company has been serving the Franklin County area since 1865, providing their customers with high-quality service, reliable data, and quicker turnaround times to save you money. Hanson Title is the only title company in Franklin County that has their own title plant, and they have offices in Union, Sullivan, and Washington. Services include title insurance, title searches, construction dispersing, and 1031 tax-deferred exchanges. For any and all of your title needs, call Hanson Title Company at 468-2640 or in Union 636-583-2516. Dace Insurance is a full-service independent insurance agency with 35 years of experience serving the needs of over 5,000 individuals and families and 300 businesses in our area. Dace Insurance is an agency you can depend on with proven professionals, honest, fair, and interested in the needs of the people they serve. Sharon Dace and her staff don't work for an insurance company. They work for you with home, life, auto, and commercial policies tailored for you. Dace Insurance, located at 602 North Franklin in Cuba and 47 East Springfield in Sullivan.
Let's see if Lucas Parsons can keep it rolling here in inning number 5.
They're showing 3 errors for them again.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know where that third one's at unless it was a. I don't know.
Yeah, let's look back here.
We had one in the first on Doza, then you had the one with Seth Valley in the second.
Yeah, and wasn't anything on Blues, was a solid single.
Yep.
And Tabes walked and was forced out. Yeah, I don't know where the third error is at.
We went through this last night too. Same thing.
Yeah, they gave Sullivan an extra error, but on Game Changer it was correct.
Yeah.
So I'll maybe check Game Changer if I get a chance. As we go to the 5th, it's 4, 5, and 6 in the order. Carter Hinkey, Caden Schrimmer, and Liam Newman. First pitch, low for ball 1 to Carter Hinkey, left-handed hitting first baseman. And a 2-0 pitch, he pulled one right to Dre Gower, made a nice backhand stop just inside the line. And he goes that way again, but hits this one foul. Had a pitch up and in, turned on it, hit it foul down into the bullpen area. I'll send somebody to track that one down here in a minute. Probably, yeah, that's a freshman. One ball, one strike. Parsons working from the belt. Here's the pitch. The ground to the right side. McReynolds gets to it. He'll flip it to Gower at first, and he makes sure he gets the foot on the bag as the throw was offline just a bit. But a ground out 4-3, and out number 1 with Caden Schrimmer stepping in. He hit a fly ball to center in his first and only at bat of the game back in inning number 2. Comes to play here in the 5th. Lucas with 50 pitches through 4 innings of work. Very, very efficient so far. Right-handed batter, up close to the plate, middle of the box. First pitch a little high on the fastball for ball 1. Stands on from the first base side of the pitching rubber. Kicking the pitch, low and outside ball 2. We've seen a lot more pitchers now working from the stretch all the time.
Yep.
And a lot of pitchers like Parsons is the back foot, the right foot's on the rubber, the front foot, he sticks it forward a little bit. That's to try to keep the shoulder closed.
Yeah.
And that pitch is low for a ball. It goes to 3-0. Instead of just having both feet right close together, when he brings that front foot up, it's kind of in front of the foot that's on the rubber, and a little high fastball.
I don't know what he was waiting. Umpire called it a strike, and then he threw the bat after he called it a strike.
Yeah, I think he was in the process of flipping the bat back, and he just kind of slipped out of his hands as he tried to stop after the umpire called it a strike. So now it's 3-1. And a ground ball fair inside the bag at third. Down the corner, that'll be a double. Red gets it back into the cutoff. So the string of 14 in a row set down by Parsons ends with, or make it 15 in a row, what?
Let's
3,
see.
6, 9, 10, 11, 12 in a row.
10, 11, 12, yeah.
12 in a row. Remember, got a pitch inside and pulled it down the line at third.
Start another 12 in a row and you'll be over the game.
Yep. So a one-out double brings in Liam Newman. He hit a line drive.
That's the second one that's been over that third base bag like that.
Yeah.
Both hits have been right over the third base bag.
Blue plays off the bag, off the line quite a bit, so swing and a miss. And a good job by Taves that time with the runner on. That was a big sweeper that was in the left-hand batter's box, and Alex shifts out and blocks it on the swing and a miss.
That's why I say when they get a runner on base, he has another gear he goes to. I can't explain it, but he does.
McReynolds trying to keep the runner close at second base with a right-handed batter up. Here's the pitch. And
must have been up just a little bit.
It must have been a little bit high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Liam Newman, the center fielder, he's a senior. Much different makeup of the lineups for the team today as opposed to Rogersville last night. Rogersville young, only 3 seniors on the entire roster, and only one of them started, and that was the first baseman Greer. A lot of freshmen and sophomores. There's a strike outside corner at the knees, 1 and 2, as opposed to Tolton today, who has all juniors and seniors on their varsity roster.
Yep.
5 seniors starting.
1 sophomore, wasn't there? Yeah, or 2 maybe. There might be 2.
No, I don't think any sophomore starting, but
not
maybe
starting,
on the
but
roster.
on the roster, yeah.
So it's 1 and 2. Ground ball through the whole right side. Red has it. They're going to send the runner. Here comes the throw. They've got a chance. He's out of there.
That away. Great throw by Red. Great tag by Taves. Really good play.
Coach sent him all the way.
Yep.
Red charging it and make
One hop throw. What a great throw.
Beat the runner there in plenty of time, and Alex, the runner tried to dive around Alex on the behind the plate, and Alex dove out and got him. So a base hit by Newman, but the runner Schremer thrown out 9-2.
I will say this, the umpire was right in the right position.
Oh, yeah,
too.
he was right on it. So runner at first now with 2 outs as the Eagles maintain the shutout. Parsons pitch, low and inside, blocked by Taves. This is Alex Frost.
You know, and I will give him this, too. I mean, the umpires, a lot of times you don't see this, but he actually waited until he saw the ball was still in the glove before he actually made the call.
Yeah. Runner goes. Ball hit to third. Backhanded by Blue on the short hop and throws across in time for the out. That's a play we've seen go off the glove a few times, but Chase made the adjustment on that one.
Yeah.
And 5-3 on the put out. So the Eagles get out of a jam here in the 5th. There was no runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. After 4.5, Tolton trailing Sullivan 2-0.
Juergens Heating and Cooling has been providing the area with professional heating and cooling services for over 22 years. Whether your family's dreams of a new home have become a reality or increased efficiency and comfort when replacing your existing heating and cooling system, Juergens has the knowledge and craftsmanship to make sure all your needs are met. With an award-winning service department and quality installation professionals, Juergens strives to exceed every customer's expectations. Call Juergens Heating and Cooling at 573-860-4328. Comfort is one call away. Coldwell Banker Reeves Realtor in Sullivan has a staff of agents with over 165 years of combined experience. Whether you're buying or selling, the knowledgeable professionals at Coldwell Banker Reeves Realtor will help guide you through this difficult process. They utilize all the modern tools available like CirclePix marketing, Facebook, and other social media platforms. Find out all the ways they can help by visiting the website at coldwellbankerreeves.com, call 573-468-4422, or stop by their new office at 400 Cumberland Way, Suite K in Sullivan.
All right, a new pitcher for the Trailblazers. And looks like Joseph Craig, senior right-hander, 5'10", 2-1, 10 earned runs, 29 innings pitched, 2.41 ERA, 22 strikeouts, 14 walks on the season. He's a right-hander. So Craig comes into the ball game, and of course they were hitting for the pitcher anyway. So
Yep.
Joseph Craig is now the pitcher of record for the Trailblazers. Quevro cannot be the winner; he can be the loser. No other changes for the Trailblazers.
Now pitching for Farley Colton, number 12, Jacob Craig.
Well, they've got Joseph on the roster. He's called him Jacob, but they've got Joseph here on the.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, whatever his name is, we're going to call him Joseph because that's the name I've got. Alex Taves will lead it off for the Eagles. Sacrifice bunt in the first, a walk, and thrown out to plate on a double steal in the third. First pitch to him, swing and a miss on a high fastball. A little bit of heat here from this pitcher, right-hander. Pitch was up in the zone, so Eagles will have to make some adjustments. Center fielder about a step to pull. Late swing and a miss on another high fastball. Where Quevro threw a lot of slower off-speed stuff. Craig coming in and throwing some heat. I did hear somebody in the crowd back here call him Jacob, so that may be his name. I don't know why they got Joseph in the... Ooh, that almost hit him.
Well, he was taking it for the team.
Yeah, up and in. He turned that front shoulder back, and he's like, if it's going to hit me, get me in the meaty part. 1 ball, 2 strikes for the leadoff batter in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Eagles. Alex Taves, right-hander, works from the belt. Pitch is hit to the first. Field there by Hinkie. He'll take it himself. 3 unassisted for the putout for out number 1. And that brings in Chase Blue. Chase with a base hit and a stolen base the last inning. He was left stranded. The Eagles had the first 2 on, but couldn't cash in with the run. That was back in the 3rd, excuse me. And same thing last inning, got the first 2 on and couldn't cash in.
Yep.
Had the runner thrown out. First pitch is a ball. To Chase Blue. Junior third baseman. Where's number 3? Center fielder Newman. About 5 steps to pull, well over toward left center. Left fielder over toward the line. Late swing on a pitch. Hit to the right side. Fielded there by the first baseman. He wins the race to first base. I think he gets the out. Pitcher was right there. Almost got in his way.
Yeah.
So
Clark Quevro, the 4 innings pitched, 55 total pitches, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 strikeout, 3 walks.
So Craig making quick work of the Eagles in the 5th. A couple of grounders to third. Now bring in Drake Gower. Gower 0 for 2 with a pop up to short, or pop up to second and a fly ball to right.
Level that swing up.
Yeah, everything's been late and everything's been going the right side.
Yeah, dropping that back shoulder and kind of hitting up.
Yep, did there, and he pulled it foul. Got a pitch up and in. Haven't quite seen the power numbers that we would have thought you might see from Drake coming in this season. Still a good average.
Yeah.
Leads the team in RBI, but 1 home run. I think only like 4 doubles. Next pitch, curveball. First off-speed pitch catches the outside corner.
He kind of gave up on that one.
Yep. Bent in around the corner, outside part of the plate, and caught the corner. So 0-2 is Jacob Craig. Stands in, and there's another curveball. He hung that one way up in his eyes, and Drake jumped all over it, tomahawked it foul up the third baseline. They track that one down. They've got somebody throwing down their bullpen, another left-hander throwing. Count remains 0-2. Nobody on 2 outs for the Eagles in the 5th. They lead it 2-0. Just 3 hits for both teams. There's fastball outside for a ball. Eagles got a run in the first without the benefit of a hit. They had actually Eagles should have 4 hits.
Yeah, I don't know whether there's an error up there for something. I don't know what the extra error is.
We gave him a hit and they gave him an error, I guess. There's a high fly ball to the left, and that's gonna be caught by the left fielder. He was playing deep and made the adjustment as he drifted back and made the catch. Gower hits it hard, but right at the left fielder, for the line drive in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 5, and Sullivan leads it 2-0.
Pre-wash clothes and other items right in the washer with a convenient built-in water faucet that gives you easy access to an instant water stream. A Whirlpool top-load washer with a 360 wash agitator keeps clothes moving to provide a thorough clean in a variety of water levels.
For mattresses, furniture, flooring, and appliances, see the folks at Jerry's TV and Home Furnishings at 375 West Springfield in Sullivan, or call 468-4300.
Hometown Ticketing is the only digital ticketing solution that provides end-to-end management, secure transactions, and real-time reporting and
Lucas Parsons got in a little bit of trouble last inning, but able to work through it on a great throw by Raiden Red, getting a runner at the plate, keeping Tolton off the board. He's given up 3 hits on the day, no runs. Eagles to this point have not committed an error, and Tolton's actually only left 1 man on base, and that was last inning. Leading things off for the Trailblazers will be the number 8 hitter, Max Kiker, junior DH, and then Miles Putnam, the catcher. Then back to the top of the order with Wheatholder. And the home plate umpire is telling the
making everybody to get back into the dugout.
Yeah, telling the Tolton kids to get back. I think they were leaning a little too far over the rail there.
Well, there was a couple of them that were out at the end of the dugout.
Oh, okay,
there.
I didn't see them there. So standing in is the DH Kiker. Right-handed batter, swinging a foul back to the screen. No balls and 1 strike. Parsons with 64 pitches through 5 innings. We'll take that average.
Yeah, that's very happy with that.
Continues to get outs, makes pitches when he needs to. And the defense has played well and helped him out so far in this game. Deep in the box, up close to the plate for this right-handed batter. No balls and a strike. Parsons working from that set position. And a half swing off the bat and a foul.
That was a bad deal for him. That just cost him a swing on a check swing.
Tried to hold up, and the ball found the bat.
It'll do that. Well, we saw one last night where the guy threw it behind him and it actually hit the bat.
Yep. Wasn't in our game. It was a game before ours. But curveball hit high in the air to center. Valley now drifts back and over a little bit to right and makes the catch. Well hit, but straight away to center field for out number 1.
That's Seth's 5th put out there for this game.
And he calls time. I think there's a ball out in center field. He's gonna, he's calling time, and he'll throw that one back in from the warning track. A couple of hops to Nate McReynolds, and they'll throw that out. I don't know where it.
Yeah, probably off of one of the practices off the beginning.
Yeah, they've just been laying out there. Nobody noticed it. So stepping in is the catcher, Miles Putnam. He's a junior, 0 for 1 on the day with a fly ball to the left, his first and only time to the plate. Chopper too short. Ulrich's got to wait on it. High bounce, has to get rid of it. Safe. He beat it out.
Yep. They beat that out. Having to wait on that high hop.
Yeah, he hit that one off the turf in front of the plate, and it bounced up in the air like a pop-up.
Yep.
And nothing that Ulrich could do about that one.
No, he had to wait on it. He couldn't jump any higher to get it. He made it close, but there was nothing he could do about it.
So a 1-out infield single.
Have a courtesy runner, maybe. I don't know what that's. That's the catcher. So, here he comes now.
Coming from the other end of the dugout.
Yeah.
And again, their numbers are hard to read.
They are.
Dark blue numbers on a dark blue uniform outlining some
24. Shane Miles.
Okay.
Shane Brown.
Well, he's a courtesy runner for the catcher, Putnam.
I thought the announcer said Miles, though. I
thought he did too. He takes his lead at first, held on by Drake Gower. Lucas Wheatholder at the plate. He's 1 for 2 on the day. And a strike outside corner, knee high. And we've seen Lucas get some strikes on that pitch today.
Lucas, just keep bearing down, buddy. Top of the 6th. Sullivan's on top 2-0.
Second baseman, shortstop, both up the middle. A chopper past the third baseman into left, so back-to-back singles as Whiteholder is 2 for 3. Blue was playing off the line toward the hole.
And still couldn't get to it.
See how shortstop was playing up the middle near the bag. So back-to-back singles, 2 on, 1 out.
Okay, Alex, if they decide to go, which I don't think they will, but if they decide to go, you've got an easy throw to third there, buddy.
Left-handed batter, so
Yep.
there's nobody to impede the throw. Carter Ball steps in, 0 for 2 on the day, a fly ball to center and a strikeout. Left-handed batter, again trying to keep that runner close. Pitch is high for ball 1. Eagles now getting, looks like Malin Foster is going to head down to the bullpen to warm up.
Yeah, it's good to have them ready to go. We don't want things to get out of hand here.
Yeah, just a 2-0 lead, and you and I have been talking about that. Haven't been able to add on since that early innings.
A second inning, we've had chances, just couldn't get them done.
Next one is low and inside, ball 2.
And it's hot out there, so he's going to labor a little bit with this heat.
Yeah, not used to it. We haven't played in a lot of hot weather this year.
No, we have not.
2-0 pitch. Swinging a foul right off the end of the bat, back to the screen.
Yeah, he was way ahead of that pitch.
Down at second base is the courtesy runner, Shane Brown. And at first is Lucas Wheatholder. Gower plays behind the runner. He and Wheatholder having a little conversation over there, it looks like. Shortstop, Ulrich trying to keep the runner close at second. Parsons from the high set position. Curveball way outside, 3-1.
Well, you don't want to. I would imagine if he loses him, you're going to see a visit anyway, if nothing else.
Yeah, give Nate a little bit more time to throw. He's just now started to throw from the mound. He did a little
soft toss there.
Short toss to warm up, and he's now, Malin Foster, it is, down the bullpen. Fly ball, center field. Valley drifts back, catches, runner tags. Here's the throw to third, and it's going to be late and offline, and Parsons was not there to back up in foul territory.
And that got the runner to second.
Trail runner goes to second.
I don't know why Parsons wasn't there.
I don't know if he
did get the out, so
maybe he was not expecting Valley to throw it into third, but he did.
He
had to be there.
Job. That's his job to be there.
Yeah, he has to be there.
So now you got 2 men in scoring position with 2 outs.
And the number 3 hitter, Matthew States, at the plate.
Flew out to left and flew out to center, flew out to left. Big out right here, guys. Get out of this.
Wide open stance deep in the box. Parsons from the high set. First pitch, outside for a ball.
How big was that play at the plate?
Really big. Lucas pitching out of jams in the last 2 innings. See if he can get down this one still with a 2-run lead. Valley plays him a couple steps to pull in center. Curve ball is way over his head. Oh yeah, you can tell.
This is Lucas's last man. No matter what happens, this is his last guy. I'd almost bet you money on that one.
Laboring a bit here in the 6th. He's over 70 pitches. Probably close to 80 by now. 2-0 pitch, right off the end of the bat. He tried to hold up on the swing and couldn't.
Best thing that could happen to Lucas right here is just a little ground ball or a little pop-up, strike out, anything, just to get the out.
Yeah.
Then he could start fresh with Malin in the next half inning to finish it off.
He'll work from the first base side, the pitching rubber. Glove in the left hand, up at his chest, looks into Taves, gets the sign he wants. Ball in the glove now, the wind up in the pitch. And again, late swing, foul back the screen. States had a pretty good cut at that one.
2-2.
I'll see if he can put him away here, get out of another jam.
Would be a big strikeout here.
Yeah, sure would, or big out of any kind.
Momentum too. Get that big end back on its side too.
See if the Eagles can do a little something offensively in the
bottom
half.
5, 6, and 7 for Sullivan coming up.
Again, Parsons now taking a little time to get his sign. He has it. From the set to the plate. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, and he pumps his hand. Tiger Woods fist pump there.
Yeah, that was that was as big a pitch as he's thrown all day right there.
In the inning, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left, and we have played 5 1/2. Sullivan still leads this ball game at 2-0.
Good sportsmanship isn't something that just happens, it's taught as a part of our high school activities program. In Missouri, good sportsmanship has become a tradition with our high school coaches, athletes, and fans. Respect by everyone helps make that happen. We here at KTUI Radio encourage you to help us continue a great Missouri tradition practiced both in small towns and big cities. That's good sportsmanship. This preceding message was brought to you by your friends, the Missouri State High School Activities Association and KTUI Radio.
So Lucas Parsons again pulls the magic act and pitches his way out of a jam. He had second and third. Got out of it with the big strikeout of the number 3 hitter Matthew States. Preserves the 2-0 lead. And a new pitcher again for the Trailblazers. This is a left-hander. Tall young man. Let's see. Coach is telling him the substitution. I can't see a number. Now 20-something. Is it 22? Deacons, maybe?
Looks like it, but I can't tell.
We'll find out here in a second as they make the announcement. Home plate umpire telling the Sullivan side.
Now pitching for Colton, number 22, Ryan.
Okay, Ryan Deacons is pitching, another left-hander. 6'3" junior, 2-1 record, 9 earned runs in 18 2/3 innings for a 3.37 ERA, 25 strikeouts, 17 walks on the season for the junior left-hander from Father Tolton. For the Eagles, they will have, as Mike said, 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Garner, Rick Reynolds, and Red. And boy, would we love to see a couple of Sullivan runs in this inning.
Make me feel a whole lot better.
Get a little cushion for that 7th. So Mitchell Garner steps in. Pop out to second in the second inning and a strikeout in the third. He's wearing the collar after a 4-for-4 night last night. Back foot.
He's going to get one right here.
Back foot close to the back line of the batter's box. Front foot is open in that open stance. Lefty's first pitch is inside off the plate, ball 1. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of shade now. That's much better.
That arm.
Yeah, it's a little
cooling
toasty.
Off a little now.
Yeah, it's a little brown and crusty right now. And up and in for ball 2. I got that half and half tan.
Yeah.
One arm browner than the other.
That's the way my left arm is when hanging out the window.
Yeah. 2 balls, no strikes. The leadoff batter for the Eagles, Mitchell Garner. From left-hander Deacons, high and away, ball 3. And I would imagine Mitchell will be taking all the way on this pitch.
I would think. I hope he is.
Second baseman Frost is deep back in the outfield turf behind the infield cutout. And he takes a strike. Fastball outside corner. It's 3-1. Center fielder Newman, as he has against most Eagle right-handed batters, plays him about 4 steps to pull toward left. Left fielder Ball is deep and toward the line. 3-1 delivery. Ooh, swing and a miss.
Swung right through it.
Yep.
Good pitch.
Yep, 3-2. Pitch was up a little bit. Couldn't get on top of it. Now the 3 and, was Mike used to say, 3-2 and the big ones do.
Yeah, that's it.
Here it comes from the lefty. And inside out swing. Pop foul, and that's going to get down. Up the right side, down toward the bullpen. And
somebody's down there. I don't know who it is, but
they're not throwing right now. I don't know if it's a couple of guys sitting down there on a bench.
Yeah.
It may have been Nathan Garcia. He was warming up Foster. Ooh, he had a cut. He had one to drive there and fouled it straight back.
He's pitching the at-bat coming up.
Pitch was up a little bit and out over the plate, and again, Mitchell couldn't square it up.
He looks bigger than 5'10", don't he?
Yeah, Deacons?
Oh, that's 6'3". I'm looking at the wrong guy.
I was going to say.
6'3". That's why he looks bigger than 5'10".
Yeah, that's a good reason. Now the center fielder plays Garner to hit the other way. Ooh, fouls off another pitch low and in. As a big battle here for Mitchell Garner.
Well, let's see who makes the mistake first.
Making Deacons throw a lot of pitches fresh in out of the pen. Third baseman over toward the line, well behind the bag. Another 3-2 delivery from Ryan Deacons to Mitchell Garner is on the way. Big curveball high, ball 4. So good at bat by Garner, draws the walk. Gives Eagles a base runner to lead things off. Nate McReynolds will stand in. Nate with a ground out to second and a base hit. He was forced out at third on a ground ball by Seth Valley. Stands in from the right side, hitting about 350. Lefty will work from the belt. Garner a short lead at first. Ooh, late swing on a fastball. McReynolds in the hole 0-1. Congratulations, Fatima Comets. They won the Class 3 state championship, a 2-0 win over Fairgrove. Nate goes after a high delivery and fouls it back. And
went right off that guy's knee right here.
Ooh, look out. Right back off the facing of the press box up behind us.
Yeah, and then went off the guy's knee over here and then down below us.
So Nate in the hole, 0-2. Stands in with an open stance from the right side. Garner a short lead. Kick and the pitch. Oh, strike 3 called. Good one on the outside corner. Nate gave up on that one.
Yep.
And again, 2 strikes. You can't stand up there and umpire.
No, you can't.
You really, if it's anywhere close, you got to be swinging that bat. If you strike out, you strike out. But don't
do it swinging.
Yeah, don't stand there and take it.
Especially in a game like this when you got a guy out there, you trying to get him over there.
Yeah. So Raiden Red steps in, reached on an error, and has a base hit. There's a ball fly up to right. Right fielder drifting in. He's under it, makes the catch, and Garner returns to first base. Red going after the first pitch, up and away, and a fly ball to right for out number 2. So leadoff man with the walk still at first base, and Lucas Parsons will bat for himself here. Parsons stands in with a walk in the second and a fly ball to center on the first pitch he saw in the 4th. Feet fairly close together, close to the plate. Check of the runner. Pitch, late swing and a foul. Allowed to play off to the right and up on the concourse. Well, looks to be a little bit behind this guy.
Yeah, I think he's got the most velocity of anything they've seen so far today. So
big guy too, so he got a lot of body to get behind that pitch. Garner takes his lead, not too big of a lead. Kicking the pitch.
Good pitch.
Strike on the outside corner. Might have been a cutter. Took a little something off of it, and
he threw that so hard he threw his head off.
So after a leadoff walk, a strikeout looking, a fly ball to right, and now Parsons 0-2. Comes to the belt, checks first, comes home, inside off the plate for ball 1. We really love to see Lucas get on base here because he'll run for him, and that would give him a little time to get in the dugout and catch his breath a little bit more.
And looking coming up for Father Tolton, they're going to have 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, old Abner's done it again.
Yes, he has.
1-2 delivery from Deacons, and the curveball stays up and away. It's 2-2. Meat of the order for the Trailblazers in their last opportunity. So we'd love to see Sullivan add on.
Yep. Well, they've had opportunities. We just couldn't get that other big hit again.
Being out hit 5-3. Haven't had a hit for quite a while. There's a line drive into center field. Center fielder going back. He's got it measured. Reaches up and makes the catch. Parsons hit it a long way, but it was an out. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base on the walk. And as we go to the 7th, Sullivan on top, 2-0.
Before heading out on vacation, make sure your vehicle is in tip-top condition. Merrimack Tire Center does all types of engine repair, including exhaust repair, oil and lube service, alignments, and of course brand name tires. Getting your car in tip-top shape can keep you from getting stranded. Make an appointment with Merrimack Tire by calling 468-8400. Merrimack Tire is located at 635 East Springfield in Sullivan, with hours Monday through Friday till 6 p.m. and Saturdays till 5. Merrimack Tire Center helps you keep your car running smooth.
Bugsy's in Sullivan is your locally owned and operated ZX gas station and convenience store. Bugsy's is located on the South Service Road in Sullivan and is an easy place to stop on your way to almost anywhere. They have the best coffee and the best soda fountain in town. And whether you're driving a motorhome or a subcompact, you can get into the car wash behind Bugsy's, and the automatic car wash has several options for either a soft touch or a touchless wash. Bugsy's ZX on the South Service Road between the overpasses in Sullivan.
So Lucas Parsons is back out on the hill to try to finish this one out. He is at 80 pitches.
Yeah, he's got 25 pitches, Bobby. If he uses 25 pitches, we're in trouble. So
he will have the 4, 5, and 6 hitters: Carter Hinkie, Caden Schremer, and Liam Newman. Hinkie is 0 for 2 on the day with a 3 unassisted and a ground out to second. Schremer has a fly ball to center and a double, and Newman with a line drive to center and a single.
So
both those hits came in the 5th.
Be ready on the left hand or right side of the infield. Has been over there twice.
Stands in from the left side, deep in the box, fairly close to the plate. McReynolds plays him straight up at second. Pitches low and inside for a ball, and Tabe shifts over and blocks it. Well, all in all, he's giving up 5 hits on the day, but he's been pretty efficient in his numbers.
Yeah, he gave up 2 hits in 1 inning. That's the only time he... Wait, no, I take that back.
The last 2 innings, he's given up 2 hits each. There's a strike. Yeah, he gave up a 1-out double and then a single.
And back-to-back in the last inning, back-to-back singles.
Yeah, with 1 out.
But he got out of it. He pitched himself out of it.
1-1 pitch.
Good pitch, wasn't it? Ooh, it must not have been.
Yeah, well, we couldn't see.
No, I think Travis, I've done that 4 times today. Alex thought so too. He kind of flipped that up into his hand.
2 balls and a strike to the leadoff man here, Carter Hinkie. Next is a little looper into center, drifting back Valley, and he dropped it. He went back too far and it died.
Don't hold it. That's what we didn't need. That's an E8. They haven't recorded it yet, but that's got to be what it is.
Yeah, he kept drifting back, and then I don't know if the wind knocked it down or it just died off the end of the bat.
I'm going to say it's an E8. They haven't recorded it.
They haven't put anything up there yet. Yeah, now they do. E on the play, so a leadoff error, boy.
Now you got to pitch, buddy. Now you got to pitch. Good pitch.
Yeah, it catches the inside corner.
Yeah, that's kind of a bad break there. He's been pretty sure all year, and I think he might have looked up and he thought it was going to just kind of died on him. He just couldn't get back to it.
He kept backpedaling and just right at him. And
hardest ones.
Yeah, and it just died. He tried to dive in, hit off his glove. Low and outside, a good block by Taves. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Radin's still throwing down there. Or not Radin, Malin Foster still throwing down there.
So the leadoff man on with the error. High for a ball, 2-1 to Caden Schremer.
Okay, let you play coach a little bit. When do you go out?
I don't know. I think if he loses this guy, you may send Coach Mel out for a visit. And in the dirt, a good block again by Taves.
He had no idea caught it either.
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're putting the tying run on base.
Yeah, if he loses this guy, I have a feeling he's out of the ball game.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think they got him. They let him go out there to see. I mean, the shame if it isn't. Alex kind of pull it back a little bit when he was doing that.
Yeah,
he pulled the rib cage. Rib cage when he went down to get that. Probably that was an easy thing to do. It'd take a team of wild horses to get him out of there right now.
So it's 3 balls and 1 strike with the leadoff man on first. On the error. First error of the day for Sullivan. 2 errors for Tolton. Strike inside corner, and he tossed the bat. Stops.
That was a good pitch around the inside corner.
I thought it was. We've seen that a couple of times from the Tolton batters today.
Don't umpire, son.
Nope.
You got a blue shirt on, but they're wearing black shirts
They're wearing black. They don't wear blue anymore. They're black and with the charcoal gray pants anymore. So it's 3-2. Here it comes. Strike 3 called outside corner. Yep. He looks back. Oh, look out. He's gone.
He's gone.
He just got ejected
He just got
from the
ejected
game.
from a state tournament game. And a lot of times the manager goes with him.
So the coach is going to come out, and he's going to talk to home plate umpire.
Yep. He had something to say.
Yeah. So
you're not that's you can't do that. I mean, I don't care what team you're for.
And Schremer is ejected, so they'll have to find a new third baseman in the if they don't score, we don't get to the bottom of the seventh. It doesn't make any difference.
Right.
But coach is not happy.
No. Well, he shouldn't be happy with his
he
with his
shouldn't
player.
be happy with his player. You know, I mean, you can not like a call, but you walk away. You take off like it's ball 4, and the umpire calls a strike, and you kind of stand there up the line, and you come back, and he calls a strike on a pitch, and you got to walk away and turn back and say something. That's a pretty much guarantee.
Yeah,
there.
and it doesn't. You know, I don't know. He's a junior. He's got another year to go too.
Well, he won't be able to play the first game next year.
Nope.
That's an automatic.
Yeah.
So 1 out in the inning on the called strike 3, and the ejection of Caden Schremer, putting in Liam Newman. And now the coach is going to call Newman over and have a word with him.
I wouldn't think that you'd be. He had the base hit. I wouldn't think you'd be bunting here, but you might just to see if you could get the guy. You know, you need 2 base runners.
Yeah, Blue's going to move in a little bit.
Yeah, he should.
We're going to have a pretty long conversation. If I'm the home plate umpire,
it's time to stop it. Let's go.
Yep, he's heading over that way.
Yeah, well, you're letting your pitchers. He's icing your pitcher too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you can't blame their coach. He was going to take just as much as the umpire was going to give him. So standing in is Newman, a right-handed batter. Deep in the box, up close to the plate. Runner at first. Short lead. Low, and he gets away from Taves, and the runner goes to second.
Yep, that's a wild pitch.
Yep.
First one he's had today. He's been able to stop pretty much everything, but that one he couldn't. But actually,
runner in scoring position now.
That run doesn't mean a thing at this point.
Yeah, but they score him. It's momentum.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
You
just got to settle down and forget it.
Yeah, you want to try and keep him from scoring.
Close that 5-hole.
And he does. Another pitch in the dirt. Blocks that one, but the count 2-0. It's a hitter's count for Newman.
Yeah.
He's got a base hit today. 1 for 2.
Mel's on the top step of the bag over there also. So
I would think Foster's warm.
Yeah.
I know
he's looking now.
I know being a senior, they like to see Lucas finish this thing out, pitch high and away. 3-0. I can guarantee you, I thought I said it a while ago, but if he loses this guy, I would imagine it will be the end of the line for Lucas Parsons. Tying runs will be on base with 1 out. Here's the pitch.
Good pitch.
Strike called. He was taking all the way, as he should.
Yep.
Now let's see if he can battle back. We've seen him do it a number of times back-to-back. In the 4th, he had 3-0 counts.
Yeah.
And battled back to strike out the top 2 guys in the lineup. 3-1 now. Here's the pitch. Chopper foul up the third baseline, and we're at 3-2. He's gone 3-2 back-to-back hitters. He got Schremer on the strikeout looking. See what he can do here with Liam Newman.
He's only got 10 pitches left.
That's enough. Get the out here. That'll get you to the next batter. Here's the pitch. Pop up. Right side, Gower drifting back, reaches up, gets it right at the line. That's a huge out there.
Yes, it is.
And the Eagles are 1 out away from taking 3rd place in the state in Class 4. They've got to deal with the 3rd baseman, Alex Frost.
He's at 96 pitches right now, on my count.
Yeah, he can finish this batter.
Yeah.
So even if it's a 12 or 15 pitch at bat, he can finish this batter.
Right. I hope it's like 3 and it's done.
1 would be nice. He's right on top of the plate, deep in the box. Right-handed batter. First pitch from Parsons. Ground ball up the middle, and that's a base hit. Valley comes up with it, and they're going to hold the runner.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I can't believe that.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's 2 outs. I don't know.
I'm surprised.
I'm thankful.
That's 97 pitches.
So a base hit. Runners at first and third now with 2 outs, and Max Kiker, the DH, steps in.
Here comes Coach Mel.
So timeout called, and the infield catcher will all gather around Lucas Parsons.
Lucas has had a whale of a day.
Yep, and he has a chance to finish it out, a complete game in the third-place trophy game. Foster's ready down the bullpen. He just got to stand there, and he'll flip a pitch. I think Joe Smart's going out to check on him as well, kind of convey what they're talking about. And again, the home plate umpire is giving him a lot of time.
He is giving him a lot of time.
And now he's going to head out that direction. And this may be just a kind of a pump up thing to get him to dig deep and finish it out. So everybody goes back to their respective fielding positions.
Nobody said it was going to be easy.
Nope.
Got to be some drama or it's not a baseball game.
Yeah. So the runners now at first and third. It's Frost at first.
2 outs.
Hinkie at third, 2 outs. And Max Kiker, the DH, at the plate. Big right-handed hitter, deep in the box, up close to the dish. Runner takes his lead at first. A pretty good lead over there.
Well, this is his last batter no matter what.
Yeah.
So.
Runner does not go, and a line drive into center. Valley comes in and makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Eagles win it 2-0. Lucas Parsons with the complete game shutout, and the Eagles are your third-place Class 4 trophy winners.
97 total pitches.
They hit the ball hard, but right at Valley, who made the catch, and the Eagles win it by a final score of 2-0, and they'll go through the handshake line. They'll have the presentation of the medals after this is all done. We'll take a break. We'll figure up some stats, and we'll come back after you hear these messages.
Hey folks, Clark Strasser here with Strasser Senior Services. A lot of you know me by Gene, but the fact is I've been a local licensed agent for over 25 years now. If you are just turning 65 and new to Medicare or been on Medicare for many years, call me, your local Medicare resource, with questions about your Medicare Advantage plans, your Medicare supplements, your Part D prescription drug plans. So give me a call and set up a no-cost consultation at 573-308-5255. As always, I do business the old-fashioned way. I make house calls.
When it comes to propane, think Peterson Oil Company, your ultimate refueling destination. From 20, 30, and 40-pound forklift cylinders to those trusty 100-pound tanks and even your beloved RV, Peterson has you covered. At Peterson, quality and quantity come together in one unbeatable deal. They fill cylinders to their full potential, usually 25% more than at an exchange. Call 573-468-6600 or stop by one of the offices in Sullivan or Owensville. Peterson Oil Company, fueling your world without emptying your wallet. Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends here at KTUI Radio and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
I'm Donnie Greenwald, your Sullivan Edward Jones financial advisor. I believe feeling rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about living life on your terms, with financial strategies that help support a life you love. You can count on me to help you achieve what matters most to you, because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 573-468-6046 and let's find your rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
KBBQ in downtown Sullivan is an authentic wood-fired Texas-style barbecue with an Ozark profile. MKBBQ is located at 202 North Clark Street, and you can find their daily specials on Facebook. They're open from 11 to 7, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Dine in or take out. Place your order on Facebook Messenger or text 573-210-3281. MKBBQ proudly serves Bad Adams and Blues Hog sauces. MKBBQ, sophisticatedly primal.
So the Sullivan Eagles are your third place trophy winners for Class 4 for 2025. The fourth place trophy has been presented to the Father Tolton Trailblazers, and now they'll hand out individual medals to all the coaches and players. And then Sullivan will get their third place trophy and medals as well. Final line score for the ball game for the Eagles: 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, 6 left on base. And for Father Tolton, no runs, 6 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on base. Mike's got your pitching stats.
And we had, if this is what we're supposed to be, we pretty much covered all of theirs. And for Mr. Parsons, who's getting the one today, 7 innings, 97 pitches, allowed 6 hits, struck out 5, and 1 wild pitch. That's the only thing he had against him today. This was a whale of a ball game pitched by Lucas Parsons. So he gets the win and the third place championship game, his last game as a Sullivan, the last game in high school. So congratulations. We had a fan walk up here and ask about when the last time Father Tolton had been shut out in a game. And I looked back what I had here, Bobby, and I could find no time where they had been shut out this year at all. And he said he didn't think they had. Well, what we have here anyway.
Not that I can see. They've had some shutout wins.
Yeah, boy.
But as far as their losses, they've not been shut out. So, yeah, heck of a job by Lucas Parsons today. So that's going to be it for us today. First off, and I've been mentioning this off and on through the course of the game, and as soon as I can find the info here as I scroll back through the X post, Sullivan baseball team, and I did not ask Coach Whitson about this in the pregame interview, but they do want to thank several folks, and I know, so many people contributed.
Oh, yeah.
FCNB bought the team and coaching staff some Final Four shorts.
Oh, okay.
So this says it says Final Four 2025 with the Eagle logo on their shorts. They've all, of course, got the district tournament shirts that a lot of people are wearing today. So that's something that they will all be able to keep to remember this. People's Bank bought a pizza after the late night game last night.
Yeah, nothing else was open.
Yeah, they were going to take them to Golden Corral, but they were closed, of course, after the late night, so they got them pizza. Eaton Funeral Home, Travis Taves bought breakfast today, and I mentioned earlier Travis paid for mine too when he didn't have to, so I appreciate that. Let's see some other stuff. BJC, Missouri Baptist, donated goodie bags for the bus ride down on Tuesday.
Yep.
The hitting spot, which is Raiden Red's dad's got a little batting thing down there in Sullivan off Fisher Drive.
Right.
The baseball parents and the Sullivan schools all contributed for additional snacks and drinks, and they sent them a bunch of notes. I think they had maybe kids write up some notes, good luck things and whatever, put them in the goodie bags that they got before they left on Tuesday from the high school. And the Sullivan High School, the school district, paid for their dinner at Lambert's Tuesday night when they got down here and got checked in. So a big thank you, from the baseball team and everybody associated with it for all that community support, all the people that came out for the send-off parade on Tuesday. There was a lot of people out there.
Yep.
I saw some pictures of that as well. And so they appreciate the community support as they are handing out the individual medals now to the Sullivan players as they go down the line. And all the Sullivan fans over here on the first base side standing and applauding the Sullivan Eagles. I had something here, and I don't know if I put it away. Let me see. As far as Sullivan's results at state, Eagles finished second in 2015, the last time they were here.
Yep.
They finished second 3 other times in 1984, 94, and 2007. They were third in 06 and now here in 2025, and fourth in 1987 and 1989. So that's
just say who they played in 86 or 06.
It doesn't
06.
say who they played. It just says it says who they played in 2020 or 2015.
Yeah, that was Cape Notre Dame. Yeah.
Yeah. So Sullivan with 4 second place finishes, 2 third, and 2 fourth, all those since 1984. So.
That's not too shabby.
That's not too shabby. A lot of programs wish they had part of that.
Third in the state of Missouri for Class 4 at 80. What do you say? 84 teams.
84 teams is
so
what they have.
81 teams finished below you. That's phenomenal. And even Father Tolton, played a good game. They played well to get here, and they've still got 80 teams below them.
Yeah.
So there's nothing to hang their head on that either.
And that's something that Coach talked about in the pregame. A lot of teams would love to trade places with you. and have the opportunity to be here.
You know they would.
And so the team should be very proud of that, and I know they are as they present the trophies like Braxton Breen got his. Wyatt Hendricks, last guy in line, will get his medal from Coach Whitson. And a lot of pictures being taken, and they'll have some team photos. I'm sure fans will be down taking photos as the Eagles tip their caps to their fans. And that will do it for us. That'll be our last high school broadcast of the year. It's been a
fun year.
Been a fun year, between football and softball. Of course, we were down here in Springfield for state in softball.
Right.
Got third there as well.
Yep.
So the baseball team had something to live up to. They matched the softball girls. Fun year. And football, basketball was a little tough this year, but a lot of young players got some playing time, and there's a little bit of promise for the future there. So enjoyed bringing you these games, Mike. As always, appreciate your help with the softball and baseball games when you're able to be here. And, of course, thanking Perry Allen back to the station. He's been the guy that's kept us going all these days and nights, and Sam Scott helping out, Robert Scott, Keisha Philpott, anybody else that's helped out along the way back at the station on the production side. We appreciate that, and of course all of our listeners. We had a lot of people listening in our platforms last night. We thank you very much. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and of course our sponsors that make it all possible. And I've mentioned this a couple of games ago. I've heard from a number of other schools, other teams, other towns. I talked about when I went to Lutheran South and did the sectional game. I spent probably 20 minutes after the game, after I got everything packed up, talking to Lutheran South fans. How many games do you do? I said, well, all of them.
Yeah.
I said, I've missed 2 games this year, and that were the ones at Farmington when they said it was going to rain all day.
Yep.
And I said, so I've done. You mean you've done all the rest? Yeah. And they're like, man, I wish we had something like that.
They don't understand.
Yeah, well, Perryville's the same way.
Yep.
I had all kinds of people from Perryville. Heck, can we listen to the game?
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of places, a lot of schools that don't have that.
Right.
We enjoy bringing it to you, but we can't do it without our sponsors.
Yeah, without them, it's impossible.
And what we would like you to do, if you have listened to any games this year, no matter what the sport, whether you've enjoyed them or not, and if you haven't, we apologize.
Yeah, if you don't like us, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but please go to these sponsors in town and tell them thank you.
Yeah, patronize them.
Patronize
They're local
them.
people.
They're local people, and they're going to do you. They're going to do you right. But if nothing else, tell them thank you for sponsoring our broadcasts and enabling us to bring the Sullivan fans and grandparents and relatives in town and out of state, games that they wouldn't otherwise have a chance to listen to or whatever. We appreciate them. We couldn't do it without them, and we'd like to have more. Anybody that if you're interested, give Mike a call at the radio station, and
we'll work it out.
We'll be glad to get you hooked up with that.
You're absolutely right.
For next year, we've got other opportunities, fairs coming up.
Starts the end of August is when.
Starts the end of August with softball and football, and goes all the way through to June sometimes.
Yep.
Hopefully quite often. And that'll wrap it up again for us from the Ozark Mountain Sports Complex, as Eagles seniors all pose for a picture with the state trophy. And now they're going to take some more pictures down there. We'll wrap it up, and appreciate you listening in. For Mike Bidner, for Perry Allen back to studios, Bobby D saying so long for the last time from Ozark Mountain Sports Complex as Eagles beat the Father Tolton Trailblazers 2-0 to take third place in Class 4. We hope you have enjoyed today's coverage of Sullivan High School sports on KTUI Radio. Today's game was brought to you in part by MKBBQ, Edward Jones Dining Greenwald Broker, Peterson Oil Company, Strasser Senior Services, Bugsy's ZX Convenience Store, Merrimack Tire, St. Louis Community Credit Union, Dace Insurance, Coldwell Banker Reeves Realtors, Juergens Heating and Cooling, Jerry's RCA, Brewski and Scott Tax Preparation, Hanson Land and Title Company, and Sullivan Bank. We hope you'll join us again for more coverage of Sullivan High School sports on KTUI Radio. We now return you to our regular programming.
So if you go back, the original price for Nintendo Switch back in the day